Welcome to Capital One Bowl Mania.
And welcome to the Birmingham Bowl. We are in the epicenter of college football in Birmingham, Alabama, historic Legion Field. It's a little SEC AAC matchup. The Florida Gators 6-5 on the year. East Carolina at 8-4. And a pleasant good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dave Neal alongside my Heisman Trophy winning partner, Andre Ware, also a member of the College Football Hall of Fame. So glad you could join us today. It is a soggy afternoon here at Legion Field. And let's start with this East Carolina football team, because they could certainly put up points with the best of them. This was a team that had a chance, had some unfortunate breaks down the stretch that could have won 10 games easily. Instead, they have 8 wins. But when you look at them offensively, there is nobody in the country that's ever caught the football any better than one Justin Hardy.
Yeah, an outstanding receiver who's extremely consistent, and so much so that the coaching staff and those around this program compare him to Wells Welker, and they have Texas Tech ties. A guy that catches everything. The FBS career receptions leader, as you mentioned, tremendous route runner. What you love about him as a quarterback, he's a hands catcher. Just throw the ball around him, and he seems to always make plays.
376 career receptions. Once again, nobody's ever caught more passes in the history of college football, as 110 receptions here in 2014. That'll be a handful for this Florida Gator football team, but they certainly have had their hands full here the last month. Of course, Will Muschamp no longer the head coach of the Florida Gators. They have turned it over to their interim head coach, DJ Durkin, the defensive coordinator. Kurt Roper, the offensive coordinator, handling things on the offensive side as he's done all year. But this is an interesting dynamic because Jim McElwain has already been hired as a head coach. He's already hired coordinators on both sides of the ball. So these two guys running the show for Florida are basically out of a job at the end of this game. How is that from a player's perspective, trying to get ready?
Well, one thing players don't like, they don't like the unknown. And with this new coaching staff coming in, having not recruited any players here, they don't like it because they don't know what the future holds. Do they fit in schematically with this new coaching staff? And just right off the bat, Treon Harris, the starting quarterback who's going to start the game for Florida today, does he fit into Coach McElwain's system? I think that's a fair question.
Right, well, let's see how that all plays out. So much on the minds of these Florida Gator players. They did come in with a 6-5 record. They lost to Florida State to finish the season. Played a good game against the Seminoles, but just not enough offense. Pretty much the story all year. And meanwhile, this East Carolina team coming off that devastating loss to UCF to finish the season on a Hail Mary pass to end the game. Nonetheless, 8 wins on the year for the Pirates. East Carolina wins the toss. They accept, so they want the football and that offense on the field. So we are underway in Birmingham. Isaiah Jones back to return the kick to the 20 to the 22-yard line and dropped right there. A return of 15 yards. Down the sidelines once again, been with us all year long. Glad to have her on board. Laura Rutledge, let's join her now. Hey, Laura.
Hey, Dave, and I want to let you know that East Carolina will be without their leading rusher, running back Breon Allen. He suffered a left knee injury in practice on Wednesday. They'll also be without Marquez Grayson, who was suspended for a violation of team policy. So the Pirates will rely on Chris Hairston and also Anthony Scott to get their run game going. Now, Dave, look out for Anthony Scott. He brings some of the quickness and elusiveness that they've seen all year from Breon Allen.
All right, we'll see how that plays out today as well. Limited numbers in the backfield for the Pirates, and they will run it right out of the gates with Hairston. Tries to turn the corner, will lose a couple of yards. Joey Ivy, the sophomore out of Dade City, Florida, with the first tackle of the game. Now here's Shane Carden. You want to talk about a guy who can sling it around, Andre. 65% on the air, over 4,300 yards.
Yeah, he's an excellent leader for this program. He expects to play well each and every week and really gets himself ready. Watches a lot of film, takes care of the football. 28 touchdown passes this year, only 8 interceptions.
Second in total offense and passing yards in the country. Second in completion percentage. He will throw on second down. Pass is caught. Justin Hardy out over the 30. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down. And the Pirates trying to go fast, but there's an injured Gator down at the 28-yard line. That'll be Michael Taylor, their middle linebacker, the senior out of Atlanta.
And he's really the glue, the leader of this defense. And watch Justin Hardy work in zone coverage. We talked about it at the top, and you see there coming in, it looks like it may be a shoulder for Michael Taylor. Came in and led with that shoulder, but Justin Hardy, we talked about it, Dave, a hand catcher, a guy that goes up and makes plays with his hands, certainly showed it on that play.
Taylor looks like he's favoring that left shoulder area, trying to maybe shake off what was a stinger. So the Pirates back to the line of scrimmage. There's Carden. We told you about some of those numbers. Back-to-back 4,000-yard season. It helps when you have number 2 out there catching the football for you. 3rd down and 1. East Carolina 47% leading the AAC in 3rd down conversions this year. Here comes some heat from Florida. Carden dumps it off. Pass is caught. I don't know if it's enough. It's going to be close.
Gonna be close.
Steve Bagg at the tight end.
There's a late flag that came in.
After the runner was out of bounds. Personal foul. Late hit. Defense. Number 3. That's a 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Yeah, it's outside linebacker Antonio Morrison. He's going to come in late. And you'll see him right there already out of bounds. I don't know about that one, Dave. Just a little kiss out of bounds. But he's an emotional player who is always fired up to play.
So fresh set of downs now for East Carolina from the 49. Carden slings it to the far side, dropped. Looking for Grayson, couldn't hold on. Take a look at today's impact players, brought to you by Lexus.
Yeah, Justin Hardy, we talked about him. He's already made a play in this game. Chris Harrison subbing in for team leading Breon Allen and Dante Fowler, the team's best pass rusher for Florida, and certainly their best cover man, Vernon Hargraves, one of the best in the country.
Carden in the shotgun on 2nd down. Hands it off to Anthony Scott, the true freshman. He's driven back, but forward progress will give him a couple of yards on the play.
Offensive coordinator Lincoln Riley just trying to run the football early with Chris Harrison and Anthony Scott there to try to keep Florida a little bit honest, where they're just not teeing off in pass rush, still making them, or hoping to keep them concerned about the running game.
So 3rd down and 8. Ball just inside the Gator 50.
All the guys in the box here showing man-free coverage. Going to get a little pressure on Shane Carden.
Carden dumps it off underneath. Pass is caught by Isaiah Jones. He'll be shy by about a yard. Jones now with 76 catches. We talk about Hardy's 110. It's not a one-trick pony over there in East Carolina.
Yeah, and East Carolina is about 50%. 22 times they've gone for it on 4th down and converted 11 of them. That's tied for 58th in the conference, so they're not afraid to take a shot here past the 50-yard line and go for it on 4th down.
2 receivers to each side on 4th and short. They will go inside handoff, and I don't think he got it. Chris Hairston carries the football, and big Joey Ivy steps in the way.
Yeah, big Caleb Brantley in there helping out as well, but a nice defensive stand by Florida. We try to go a little misdirection to open up some things, and well, I tell you what, Brantley's right there to make a nice stop.
So Florida with the defensive stand for their coordinator / interim head coach, DJ Durkin, will turn it over to the offense now. Treon Harris.
Boy, and he's an excellent deep ball passer. I would go up top right here with that big stop.
The true freshman comes near side. Pass caught. DeMarcus Robinson. He'll take it to the 45-yard line. Treon Harris, Andre, busted onto the scene after Jeff Driscoll just had a tough time holding on to the football. A lot of turnovers for Florida's offense, and Treon's kind of a guy that's, I guess, calmed things down, if you will.
Yeah, he really has, and he's got a great work ethic. Got to get that completion percentage up a little bit, but boy, is he a winner.
That handoff goes to Kelvin Taylor. Nothing happening there. It'll be 3rd down as we take a look at our Lexus impact players.
Yeah, Florida wants to run the ball. They're going to do it with big Matt Jones and their best offensive weapon, DeMarcus Robinson, on the outside. He'll make some big plays in this one. Brandon Williams, Zeke Bigger, 2 inside linebackers for East Carolina. They go 1 and 2 in tackles. They'll have the job of trying to stop Matt Jones.
3rd down and 7. Harris stands in the pocket. He's going up top. Has a man off the hands of DeMarcus Robinson. It was there. What a throw.
The money. And there's 2 East Carolina defenders in pass defense, but this ball is thrown right in stride. This is one DeMarcus Robinson's going to wish he had back. Perfect over the outside shoulder, fading him away from the safety. That's got to be caught. That has to be caught.
Well, Treon Harris hit his hand on a helmet during practice leading up to the bowl game, and talking to Kurt Roker, the offensive coordinator, wasn't sure how it would affect him, but I don't think it had much of an impact on that series. Treon slinging it pretty well. Fair catch called for by Justin Hardy. East Carolina back on the field. Their 2nd possession when we come back. Let's take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Franklin American Mortgage. Andre?
Yeah, for East Carolina, they've got to make the contested plays down the field. They're going to test Florida on the back end. When those plays are available, they've got to make them. Defensively, it's easy. Stop the run, because that's what Florida wants to do. Florida's got to take care of the ball. They get themselves in trouble when they turn it over, -4 in turnover margin, and they have to affect the quarterback of South Carolina, Shane Carden.
East Carolina's offense 5th in the country in yards at 5:32 a game. They'll go on the ground here, and Chris Hairston, who was wearing Breon Allen's number. Allen, as we mentioned, blew out his knee just a few days ago at practice getting ready for this bowl game. So Hairston, in honor of the senior out of Daytona, wearing his number and not his usual 22. 2nd down and 2. Well, these are good downs for an offensive coordinator. They will sling it near side. Bryce Williams with his 18th catch of the year.
A nice job of getting the corner on 1st down by Chris Hairston. Made it a short, low throw and catch for Shane Carden to Bryce Williams to move the chains. That's what they're going to have to do. Show that balance to Florida all game long.
Carden tucks it and goes out of bounds. He's out of bounds at the 40. That's a gain of 5.
And really an underrated runner. Only 94 yards on the season, but a lot of that, is because of sacks. But has 6 touchdown runs to his credit.
Quick snap. Pump fake to the near side. Well, this looks like playground football out there. He gets close to the 1st down marker.
That's what it's going to resemble sometimes with all these receivers that East Carolina will shuffle in and out of the lineup. It'll look like a little backyard football when things break down and he's got to make some plays.
Tempo, tempo, tempo. We saw tempo run
TCU
to perfection in the Peach Bowl.
Oh, my goodness.
So 3rd down and short now for the Pirates. Boy, the handoff right at the 45. That might be good enough. I think if the ball's touching the 45, they'll move the chains.
I think it's going to be good enough for a 1st down for East Carolina. Here's Hairston here on the carry. Nice push up front. There's some nice blocks by Taylor Hudson, the center, and they go right behind him to pick up the 1st down. He's their leader up front, makes all the calls right in the middle of that offensive line for East Carolina.
Isaiah Jones with the reception. The sophomore out of Austin, Texas, picks up 5.
Yeah, what you like, Dave, about Shane Carden, the quick decisions, decisive with the football. It's there, quick hitch. Don't wait on it. Don't try to find something else a little bit bigger. Just deliver the football and allow playmakers like Isaiah Jones to make plays for you.
Anthony Scott back in the game. He'll split out as a receiver. Empty set for Carden. Lofts it up, looking for his guy to make a play, and he does on the far side. Down to the 20-yard line goes Cam Worthy, the big receiver at 6'3", 220.
Boy, excellent block. Watch the block of Quincy McKinney. Working against Dante Fowler. He just stalls him right in the hole and allows for time for Shane Carden to complete this ball to Cam Worthy. Excellent work up front by Quincy McKinney, the left guard.
48 catches on the year now for Mr. Worthy, and that sets up ECU at the 23.5-yard line. 1st down and 10. Hairston off the right side. He'll pick up 5.5, maybe 6. Brought down by Dante Fowler Jr., the young man who has already declared that he will enter the upcoming NFL draft, the junior out of St. Pete, Florida.
You know, we can't help but think towards next year. Only one senior, Taylor Hudson, on this offensive line for East Carolina, so they will all be back next year.
Quick toss near side, dropped. Jimmy Williams, a sophomore out of Washington, North Carolina, just couldn't hang on to. Remember, it has been raining for 2 days straight.
Yeah.
Obviously a turf field here, but nonetheless, it has been raining on and off all morning.
I always feel like that's to the offense's advantage. If the quarterback can hold on to the football, receivers know where they're going in terms of routes, and they're going to break off. Defensive backs, they're left kind of guessing as opposed to where you're going. And then the footing, you can compose yourself and break a route off faster than a defensive back can break on the football.
Garden flushed, comes near side. Pass caught down at the 12-yard line.
Guess who?
Hardy coming back to make a play for his quarterback, and there's an injured Gator down. That is Gerald Willis, the true freshman out of New Orleans.
What's the route by Hardy? Working against one of the best in the country in Vernon Hargreaves. There's an example of what I'm talking about. You know where you're going in your route and where to break it off. Hargreaves still trying to gather himself to make a break and pursue Hardy.
Well, we were looking forward to the matchup between Vernon Hargreaves and Justin Hardy.
Well, you talk about already thin on the defensive line, Florida, and that's Gerald Willis, the defensive end. But Brian Cox, he's out. He had hip surgery right after the season. Darius Cummings, he is sitting this one out for violation of team rules, so they're already thin along the defensive line.
Great to add to that, there are 7 guys of the front 7. Leon Orr, of course, left the team after right before the Vanderbilt game, and you know Brian Cox Jr. is not out. Nearing Ball, an outside backer that's not playing, he's injured. And there's Jared Davis, he's had a start and played a lot this year, he's out injured. There is a ton of missing bodies in that front 7 for Florida. I do like the orange helmets on the orange jerseys.
Love the look.
Carden throws to the wide side. He's asking Jones to make a play, turns the corner, and he'll be run out of bounds right around the 5-yard line. Marcus May pushes him out of bounds. That'll be a gain of about 8.
Yeah, I love the throw by Carden to the outside shoulder. He senses the defense inside. Basically, you're telling the receiver where to turn and run the football. Puts it on the outside shoulder of Isaiah Jones. Made it an easy throw and catch.
Second down and a couple. They need to get it inside the 2 for a first down, but they're going to go right to the end zone, and Hardy. Touchdown, East Carolina. The 10th touchdown grab of the year for the senior.
One of the best in the country you are watching do work. Watch him separate. Working against Brian Poole, who has 3 interceptions this year. One of their better cover men opposite Vernon Hargreaves, and he's in the slot. Back shoulder, go climb the ladder, and he is able to make a play. You can make plays like that when you catch the football with your hands as opposed to your body.
Warren Harvey to attempt the point after. And he will split the uprights, and East Carolina strikes first on their second possession. Shane Carden with 29 touchdown passes. That's the 10th to number 2, Justin Hardy.
The 2015 Birmingham Bowl is brought to you by Gildan. We make your favorite activewear, underwear, and socks. At Gildan, every thread counts. And the Quicksilver Card from Capital One. Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back every purchase, every day.
Educational experience for the Pirates and the Gators coming to Birmingham. They were at the Civil Rights Institute, cultural and educational research center that promotes a comprehensive understanding and appreciation for the significance of civil rights developments in Birmingham and the South. Great time here. Birmingham doing a great job entertaining these players and coaches and the staffs of these 2 universities the last week or so. 7-0 East Carolina. Warren Harvey will kick it off. Taken by Chris Thompson. Thompson, who hadn't had a whole lot of return experience. That's because Andre DeBose has been one of the best in the history of Gator football, not with the team here this weekend.
I'll tell you what Andre DeBose means, field position. For his career, he averaged over 26 yards per return, kickoff return. And for the season was averaging about 14 yards per punt return. And that will really change the field and give you a distinct advantage in special teams, but he is not here today.
Just kind of a mutual agreement between the coaching staff and Andre that he was just going to call it a career, not participate this weekend. Here's the handoff to Mack Brown. He turns the corner, big hit at the 40. Gain of 8. Pharrell Richardson, the strong safety coming up. The sophomore out of Raleigh making the play.
Yeah, Big Mac's a big physical runner. Kind of resembles the style of Matt Jones. A lot alike in terms of how they run the football.
Gain of 2, just trying to pick up that first down was Mack Brown. He'll be close to the first down line. Let's see if they move the chains, and they will.
Hasn't carried it a whole lot this year. Only 14 carries on the season for Mack Brown.
You know, we haven't seen, I don't think we've seen Matt Jones on the game yet. The young man, the running back, the junior, who's declared that he will enter his name in the upcoming NFL draft. Here's Treon Harris trying to turn the corner, but he runs right into 24, Brandon Williams, a senior linebacker.
The guy that's second on the team and in tackles, really leads by example. He's played well all season long. Watch him read this. Sees the guard pull, he feels, and is right there waiting on Treon Harris.
Well, that combination, Dre, in the middle. Zeke Bigger and Brandon Williams, both over 100 tackles. Bigger with 134. Williams comes into this one with now 114. That's a little bit behind Quentin Dunbar. That'll be incomplete. Now you're looking at 3rd down and 9.
And Dunbar there is going to wish he had that one back. I don't understand why receivers jump a lot when the ball's coming to them. Just make a play. Reach up, snag it out of the air, and then you can run with it. When you jump, you may mistime it. It comes, all of a sudden it's behind you where you can't adjust your body. If he catches that when he makes a move, it could be a foot race.
Well, here's an area Florida struggled in. Red zone touchdowns and 3rd down conversions have been a tough task for Florida this year. Trying to convert a long 3rd and 9. That ball was deflected by somebody wearing the white jersey. I think that might have been Monteith Overton, 51, who got his hand on it. Now it's a punting situation.
Yeah, and as on the flip side, East Carolina's been outstanding defensively, 14th in the country in 3rd down situations, only allowing 33%. But you see there the knockdown pass, and Pirates are going to get themselves off the field and actually have some decent field position to start their next drive.
Kyle Christie to punt it away. Christie, the last 2 games, averaging 48 yards a punt on 7 punts. This one, though, a wobbly line drive that will take a Florida bounce. It'll end up looking very pretty
excellent punt
on the stat sheet. Down to around the 11-yard line, a 45-yard punt. East Carolina leading by 7. Back to Birmingham after this. Time to take a peek at our Royal Purple focus on performance. Andre, Justin Harding last series.
Yeah, got it started with a big grab. Then it's showing you some unselfish play, throwing a block on the outside, and then he delivers right down in the red zone. A big touchdown grab where he had to climb the ladder. Special player.
He's trying to chase down Amari Cooper for top honors in 2014 in catches. Needed 14 today to tie Amari of Alabama.
Trying to show Shane Carden a lot of different looks. Started in a cover 2 look, and they bumped it down.
Carden, pressure comes, dumps it off underneath. Anthony Scott, he's to the 10 and slugged down to the turf. Let's go down, check in with Laura.
Well, Dave, just before this series, DJ Durkin came over to his defense and said, we can't let East Carolina complete passes on the perimeter. We've got to keep them inside. And he said, look, guys, if you miss a tackle, make sure you pursue inside out. They're also on this Florida sideline looking for more communication to deal with East Carolina's offensive speed.
Hey, movement up front for East Carolina.
Yeah, now Vernon Hargraves is following. He is shadowing.
Ball start. Offense. Number 65. 5-yard penalty. Second out.
He is shadowing Justin Hardy all game long. So just kind of keep a look for that matchup. That's one that we talked about.
You know, that's funny. You talk to coordinators.
Now, I ask him every way. Every way you could possibly ask him. Are you going to shadow Hardy with Hargraves? And they just flat out denied it. But there it is right there. Right there.
You knew eventually that they would get locked up. And here it is. Carden going up top. Far side pass is caught, but out of bounds. Cam Worthy with a catch, but it will not stick.
A nice over-the-shoulder grab, but just ran out of room. That's where, as a receiver, 4 yards is what you want to give your quarterback to do exactly that, to fade you away from the defender. It was close, but just ran out of room.
Carden just missed it. This young man has 2,300-yard career passing games, 8 400-yard passing games in his career. There goes Hairston right up the middle. He'll have the first down to the 22-yard line. That's a 15-yard run. This is a team that only rushed for 14 yards against Central Florida in their season finale.
Yeah, excellent job. This offensive line, I know they had a false start there, but they have done a nice job of blocking the front of Florida here early.
First down and 10. Staying on the ground. This time, Marcus May says, I don't think you're going to take this one for any plus yardage.
Well,
no gain.
He's an excellent young player. He can play both safety positions. And watch him come up and run support here. It looks as though Chris Harrison's going to have the edge, and then all of a sudden Marcus May comes up. He's got 4 tackles in this game already.
So second down and 10. Knocked down by Marcus May. Isaiah Jones, the intended receiver.
Yeah, he was benched a few weeks ago, but then he responded and won his job back. A young player, kind of taking things for granted a couple of weeks ago. They benched him, and he just worked his way back into the starting lineup, and you see why. So important to the back end of this Florida defense.
Well, against Alabama, this Florida secondary gave up over 400 yards passing. Down the stretch, they've really settled in. Last 4 games, only allowing 143 yards through the air. But today is a tough test against the Pirates. Hargraves comes on a blitz. That ball's intercepted. Picked off. Brian Poole to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. 27 yards on the return.
I have no idea where Shane Carden was going with the football. Is in the area in which he threw it, there were 2 Florida defenders. Watch the pressure off the edge by Hargraves, forces him to step up, and I just don't understand where he's going with the football. You see Brian Poole sitting right there, maybe looking for Hardy on a crosser, but he was covered well. Oh, nice job by Poole there to sit in zone coverage and then take advantage of an errant throw by Shane Carden.
Austin Harden, a sophomore out of Atlanta, with the point after attempt, and it is dead on. Well, just like that, we are now tied here in Birmingham after Brian Poole comes up with the interception, his 4th of the year. He had 2 picks in the game against Florida State in that season finale, so he is on a roll right now.
I tell you what an excellent job there. But watch, let's go back and take a look at this. You're going to see Hargraves motion down inside and blitz. They pick him up, but he's looking for Hardy on a crosser. Freeze it right there. And it looks as though the middle of the field is open, but Brian Poole's sitting right in there, and the ball comes right between the 2 and the 4. About as easy a interception as he's going to ever have.
DJ Dirk, you think he was excited about that?
Well, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Well, as we mentioned, this secondary has really turned the corner. I think, you know, midway through the year, they just felt like, you know what, we've got some young talent. We're probably going to get burned a few times here and there, but we got to get these guys on the field. And as the season wore on, more plays that were involved with these young guys, they just got better and better. Well, Capital One Bowl Mania continues Sunday. Toledo takes on Arkansas State in the GoDaddy Bowl. Austin Hart, he'll kick it away. And that game, that GoDaddy.com Bowl, coming your way 9 o'clock Eastern. Tomorrow right here on ESPN, Arkansas State, 4 straight GoDaddy.com Bowl, but this will be the first one with the regular head coach. The prior 3 have been played under interim head coaches. Now Toledo running back Kareem Hunt's played 9 games this year. He's gone over 100 yards in all 9 of those games that he has played. There is Kareem Hunt, averaging 151 yards a game. We saw Tevin Coleman just light up Missouri earlier this year.
Oh, my goodness. Good player.
And Melvin Gordon finished.
Both had over 2,000 yards on the season, Melvin Gordon and Tevin Coleman.
Boy, Gordon was something against Auburn. Another 200-plus game. Here's Hairston carrying the football. Once again, East Carolina without their senior running back, Breon Allen, blew out his knee just a few days ago. Unfortunate situation there. 869 yards on the ground. They also lost Marquez Grayson, who was not here for violation of team rules that occurred on this trip. Quick throw to the outside. Pass is caught by Quade Johnson, the true freshman. He'll take it out over the 35. That'll be good enough for the first down.
We talked about Florida having some players out. East Carolina has some guys out of this one as well. Breon Allen, Marquez Grayson, the backup running back. Got some injury problems of their own.
Terry Williams, the big nose tackle, not here. As Carton goes up, it's a wobbly pass. Caught inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line goes Cam Worthy, a gain of 27.
Boy, ugly pass, but once again, the advantage to the offense, because you know where the ball is being thrown. You know where it is. You can stop plant, and the defender's going to run right on by you.
Oh, and East Carolina wastes no time getting up the line of scrimmage. They'll give it to Hairston. He'll pick up a couple of yards. Card 12 out of 17, 106 yards, a touchdown and a pick. From the 34-yard line, East Carolina averages 37 points a game. That led the AAC 15th in the country. 3-man rush. Card underneath. Worthy again with the reception. Actually, he'll drop it incomplete. So
he had it until that lick came from Marcus May, the safety.
Well, Mark has been all over the field here in the first quarter.
He's a good-looking player, 6 foot, about 200 pounds, redshirt sophomore out of Melbourne, Florida.
So 3rd down at 6. 90 seconds to go here in the first frame from the Birmingham Bowl. Hardy looking for a couple of blocks. We'll pick up 3 yards.
Be interesting to see going forward how much East Carolina can execute it. That ball's getting wet in the last couple of passes by Shane Carton. One caught by Cam Worthy. It was going basically end over end, and that one came out a little ugly to Justin Hardy. So you can tell the ball's getting wet. This will be interesting to see how he's going to be able to execute going forward.
Going forward again on 4th down. Carton dumps it off underneath. Not going to happen. Hargraves hits Jimmy Williams. No gain on the play, and Florida will take over on downs.
We talk about a guy that can react to the football. Vernon Hargraves, the 3rd, can just play. This is the toughest route for a cornerback or a defensive back to cover, is when someone's crossing all the way across the formation to the other side of the field, and he tracks it. It's an outstanding job. And makes the tackle and the play.
So first down and 10. This Florida offense averaging 30 points a game. We'll reset the play clock. So now we are ready to go. Adam Lane. He will get to the 30, to the 25, and run out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
All 5'7", 222 of Adam Lane. Watch him here. It's designed to go front side. He comes out the back side of it. Tevin Westbrook, the tight end, throws a nice block. You get a couple of blocks down the field by DeMarcus Robinson. Oh, what a nice job by Adam Lane. He's only carried the ball 8 times coming into the ball game the entire season.
And Bus went off there to set up Florida right at the red zone. He'll get the handoff again. He's down to the 16-yard line. A gain of 4. Boy, a 48-yard gainer.
Florida offensively, they want to turn this into a physical contest and just come downhill with a host of these backs.
Here goes Lane, turning the corner. Out of bounds at the 2. And that'll be the last play of the first quarter. The Gators moving it. Trying to take the lead, the Birmingham Bowl. East Carolina, the Florida Gators. We're tied at 7. Back to Birmingham after this.
I'm Adnan Burke with the Sports Center right now, brought to you by Great Clips. Head coach Doug Marrone opting out of his contract with the Buffalo Bills, now will interview the New York Jets, a team he previously worked for under our own Herm Edwards. And according to our own Adam Schefter, the Bills have asked for permission to talk to Colts offensive coordinator Pep Hamilton. Back to Dave Neal and Andre Ware. Gentlemen.
Thanks, Adnan. Certainly a lot of goings on in the National Football League. What's coming up after our game will be a little wild card football.
Kind of an odd deal with Doug Marrone.
Yeah.
He's going to opt out. That team's just about to turn the corner.
Speaking of turning the corner, Florida turned the corner behind Adam Lane, setting up first and goal to start the second quarter from the 2. They'll give it to Lane. Touchdown. This young man had 8 carries for 72 yards all season long. 5 of those came against Eastern Kentucky. Today, he has put together 68 yards on 4 carries and a touchdown.
Boy, excellent job up front by Max Garcia, the center. And that really cleared things out for young Adam Lane, the redshirt freshman.
He's keeping that football. You're not going to get that
first
football.
one, no doubt about it.
You are not going to rip that out of my hands. I love it. Austin Hardin. Boy, tough snap. Nice job by Kyle Crowfoot to get that one down in time. Point after is up and good, and Florida has scored 14 straight now. The pick 6. And Adam Lane Jr. taking it in from 2 yards out to start the second quarter. And we still haven't seen Matt Jones at running back.
No.
We've seen Taylor, we've seen Mac Brown, and we just saw Adam Lane. 4 plays, 68 yards, less than a minute on that Gators drive. Take a look at hot topics from around college football, brought to you by Outback Steakhouse. And there's been a lot of talk about who's been hot in the bowl games. There's no doubt the Pac-12 has looked awesome here in Holiday Bowl season. SEC kind of up and down, of course. Tough day in the New Year's 6, 0-3 over the 2 days, but 6-5 overall. And it's been a really tough go of it at the Big 12, just 2-5.
Yeah. Tell you what, TCU, they represented the Big 12 in a fine way the other night against Ole Miss. And we were talking about pace, in which, you know, East Carolina wants to go quickly. I don't know that I've ever, and I've seen a couple of snaps that get down inside 10 seconds when East Carolina has the football, and they want to go tempo. I don't know that it got to 30 seconds the other night with TCU, and the ball was snapped and run already.
Here's Harden. His kick will settle. Trayvon Brown. He's coming near side, has a little bit of room to the 30, and hit by Harden, the kicker, out of bounds at the 34. Tell you what, this defense by DJ Durkin has played very well. A couple of fourth down stops and a pick six.
Yeah, that's his specialty, stopping Chris Harrison there early in the ball game to get pretty good field position. And then their last drive, Vernon Hargraves III made a nice play coming up, stopping Steve Baggett just short of the first down.
This is a defense that is 9th in the country in yards allowed per game, 23rd in scoring defense.
Excuse me, that was Jimmy Williams.
Here's Carden on the run. Pass is caught. Hardy dancing around. He'll have 9 on the play. Oh, and somebody is writhing in pain.
Seriously hurt.
Oh my goodness, you can hear it all the way up here. That looks like Antonio Morrison. Oh my gosh, that is boy, the team's leading tackler. Boy, while the staff attends to him, we'll step aside. Man, oh man, hope he's all right. Well, there's the junior out of Bellwood, Illinois, Antonio Morrison, who's had a tremendous year this year. The young man leads the team in tackles, came in with 98. And, you know, we've seen it time and time again. You use the phrase, gets kind of caught up in the wash here.
Yeah, kind of friendly fire. One of his own teammates making the tackle. Looked like it was Michael Taylor, and the knee just really hyperextended. It really looked like the injury that Le'Veon Bell suffered the other night in the Pittsburgh Steeler win.
He was a young man that many thought might have an option to, after this game, have a chance to be a decent draft pick in the NFL. Was going to wait, make a decision after this game. Hope that's nothing too severe for the young man. Pass caught by Isaiah Jones. That is to the 48-yard line. Brought down by Daniel McMillan. And now the numbers in that front 7 for Florida really getting light.
Well, McMillan making his presence felt. He just stepped in for Antonio Morrison.
Garden throws on the run. They'll say catches made by Grayson on the far side. That's a gain of 6.
This is when they want to push the throttle a little bit. Positive plays, and they will speed the tempo.
2nd down and 4.
You've got an uncovered Justin Hardy at the top of the screen.
They'll run with it. Stopped at the 45-yard line. Gain of 2. John Bullard coming in to make a play alongside Caleb Brantley.
Well, that was a place I'd look every time you come to the line of scrimmage. These spread offenses, someone's uncovered. That's an easy throw and catch, and it's a whole lot easier to run that or throw and catch it than it is to block things up front. And certainly when you leave Justin Hardy uncovered, that is an area where Shane Carden's eyes usually go.
Well, Hardy in the slot on the far side. 3 receiver look. Hairston in the backfield alongside Carden on 3rd down and a couple. Here comes some pressure over the middle. That ball's batted in the air and incomplete. It'll be 4th down. And let's see if Ruffin McNeil wants to go for it again on 4th down. He's done it a couple of times here this afternoon.
Yeah, everything's fair play when you get across the 50-yard line, but he's going to elect to punt it. Brian Poole in some excellent coverage as he tries to come backside to Grayson. And also Hardy's in the area, but nice job by Brian Poole, who has the pick 6.
So Worth Gregory to punt it away. First time we've seen the East Carolina punt team today. Vernon Hargraves back to return this punt. End over end kick going to the near sideline. This will hit at the goal line and sail into the end zone and out to the 20-yard line. Well, there is a new head football coach for the Florida Gators. He's in Birmingham, and he will join us to talk about the future of Gator football when we come back. There's a quick glimpse at the bio of one Jim McElwain going back to 2006, and his last stop, Colorado State, where he was the head coach. Great season this year, 10-2. hired as the new head coach here at the University of Florida. He joins us now at the booth. Coach, first of all, thanks for joining us. I know this has got to be a weird scenario for everybody. I mean, what's this been like, trying to put all the pieces together, teams practicing? Take me through some of this.
You know, it's actually been a lot of fun because it's been a great learning experience. You get a chance to watch your guys work, see how they're committed, you know, see how they get along with each other, and really see how they compete. And so that part's been really good. And this coaching staff's done a really good job of keeping them together, and it's some good stuff.
Coach, you guys are always doing something, whether it's coaching, getting ready for bowl games, you're out recruiting.
Yeah.
You hadn't been able to do anything. I know that's got to be killing you to just, you know, get a list together, get in the kids' living room, something.
It's been unbelievable. And then, of course, we only had about a week when we could get out on the road, and we can't get back out again until the 15th, you know. And so for us right now, it's about putting those pieces together and come on, there we go. And put those pieces together, and then at the same time make sure that we give everybody an opportunity to come be a Gator. That's really what it's all about.
You know, you mentioned there's a dead period right now. So is this about evaluating what you have versus maybe the recruits? I know you're doing both, but is it more about, like, for instance, this week, what have you been doing this week here at Birmingham?
You know, I've had an opportunity, obviously, to watch our guys be around them and then actually kind of start to develop the roster a little bit in your mind. You know, put some pen to paper and do that kind of thing and know exactly where we need to go as far as our roster management issues are.
Well, here's Harris back to pass on 2nd down and 14, and he'll be dropped back at the 13-yard line. That'll bring up a loss of 3 and a 3rd down and 17.
What's impressed you about the evaluation of the current roster as it is and how it fits with what you want to do coming to Florida?
Well, I got to tell you, you know, obviously doing an outstanding job defensively, bringing in Jeff Collins, who, you know, like-minded is what they had been doing. There won't be a lot of change over there. You know, there's been some really good things with that, and just love the way that they compete in practice.
So 3rd down and 17. Here's Harris out of the shotgun, trying to run for it. The true freshman breaks a couple of tackles. He's to the 30, has the 1st down. What a run by Harris. The 5'11", 190-pound true freshman out of Miami picks up 24 and moves the chains. Coach, break this one down for us.
You know, it's a designed quarterback draw, and it's a great job by Treon. He was actually pretty patient with that puller right there. You know, showed a lot of savvy as he ran that ball.
Well, that was a big 1st down. Gators backed up, now have some room out at the 38-yard line. And as we watch this Florida offense, you've been able to run kind of, you know, you're kind of run heavy at Alabama, perhaps with some great running backs that you dealt with. Started to open it up a little bit at Colorado State, had a 1,200-yard rusher, 1,600-yard receiver, a quarterback that's slinging around the field. So what do you envision right now? I know it's early, but you've had a chance to kind of look at this. What are you thinking? Well,
you know, that's really what this offseason and then spring ball is going to do, is kind of determine what our guys can do best. And I think one of the things we've done anywhere we've been offensively is really do what they do best. You know, don't force them to do something they're not good at. And so that's on us as coaches, to have the versatility and really the ability to do some good things for what they can do best.
That handoff will pick up a yard. Adam Lane Jr. had a great series a moment ago. Had a touchdown. 5'7". Here's a guy that didn't have 8 carries all year. Comes in, and now he's on your radar. Just like that, right? You know, it's been an interesting dynamic, and obviously you coaches are a different breed, and I mean that in a kind way.
Yeah, sure you do. Yeah, I got it.
But with the situation with DJ being the interim coach and Kurt Roper running the offense, and you've hired coordinators, what kind of conversations have you had with those guys, if any, as Harris goes up top looking for Robinson to make a play, and there will be a flag, pass interference, and the Gators will have a 1st down.
Well, I got to tell you, these guys are professionals, and they're great ball coaches, first and foremost, you know, and sometimes things just don't work out, you know, and you don't really know why or really have an answer. But these guys have done an outstanding job. We've had a chance to actually sit down and visit, go through the roster, talk about recruiting. You know, like I said, in this profession, we're all kind of intertwined, and really it's about sharing information and helping each other out. And these guys, they'll be successful because they're really good ball coaches.
How excited are you to be back in the SEC and being at Alabama for a couple of years, 2 national championships, and now you go down to Florida. Now you're right back in the SEC.
You know, it's one of those things as you go through in this profession, the opportunity to kind of be at the pinnacle, you know, a place that that I got to tell you, Gator Nation, and have the opportunity to go up against the best in this SEC, and I'm really looking forward to that. I'm excited for the challenge, and more so just really excited for all the people in Florida. This is a great university and has a lot of great things going for it, and I'm just happy to be part of it.
This is a crazy world. I mean, you look settled in at Colorado State, had that big buyout, but nobody thought it would work, and it did work. And here you are. Nice catch on the outside. That goes to Clay Burton. That'll be a gain of 17-yard line to the 17 yards down to the 29-yard line. I've learned one thing in my 17 years of covering football. Nothing is for sure.
No.
Yeah, nothing's for sure. That's right.
They want it to happen. It usually happens.
In terms of defense, if we talked a little bit about offense, defensively, you bring in Jeff Collins from Mississippi State. What do you expect to see? What have you guys talked about in terms of what you want to do on that side of the football?
Well, it's something about, you've got to challenge, especially here. You've got to challenge these guys. We've got an excellent secondary. We've got to be able to get some pass rush and get after the ball a little bit, but be aggressive, right, and let your guys go out and play. And the one thing I noticed in practice, this defensive unit in particular, they enjoy the game. They enjoy being around each other. They play with energy. They kind of elevate each other, and that's something that we're going to maintain as we kind of move forward.
Well, you got some players on the back end, and Vernon Hargraves III and Brian Poole that'll be back. That'll allow you to get to have that type of aggression defensively next year.
And what I love best visiting with those guys is they look forward to the challenge.
Yeah.
They say, Coach, put me on an island, I'm good. And those are the guys you want back there.
In this ball game, he's jumped in front of Justin Hardy a couple of times and wanted that challenge. It's like, he's wanted it. And I asked DJ every way you could possibly ask him, will those two match up? No, we'll let Hardy come to us. And then you look at it about the second or third series, and there's Hargrave face to face.
He's going to follow him around. He wants the best.
So first down and 10. Mack Brown in at running back. Here's Harris. Working the right side inside the 25 down to the 24. That's a gain of 5. Now, a lot of teams have already got some verbal commitments. But you look at Florida, so no, you can't get specific here. Oh, that's not your deal, but we will throw it out there. I'm not going to ask you about that, but 8 commitments right now. You're a little bit behind the game. Some of these teams already have 19, 20 guys.
Sure.
So when you're able to get back on the road and start recruiting, what's the first task for you? I mean, is it just machine gun style? Here's the handoff to Brown on their side. He'll get it to the 20.
I think first and foremost is the opportunity to come play in the SEC, be part of a great tradition-oriented program that is the Florida Gators.
Right.
And obviously what we do offensively, the things we're going to maintain defensively, I think it's a great opportunity for some young guys to be able to come in and say, you know what, I'm going to create a legacy, I'm going to make a difference, and I'm going to bring Gator Nation back to where it belongs.
Certainly the Florida fans missed a bowl last year, got to a bowl this year here in Birmingham. Trying to take it step by step. That inside handoff should have enough for the first down as Mack Brown gets the carry.
Coach, through your evaluations of watching this team and recruiting, are there some areas in which you need that you've identified that you'd like to touch with this recruiting class?
Yeah, obviously getting some dominant pass rushers on defense is something we're going to have to make sure we do, and then obviously answering the answers at the offensive line. Through attrition, through graduation, through the things that happen, we're awful thin. So both sides, where we're talking about that. And then obviously just to create the balance we need in all the positions is something, we're looking at open competition, right?
Good stuff.
Mack Brown with a big collision. Terrell Richardson comes in after a 2-yard pickup. This has been a nice drive for the Gators. They are looking at their 13th play of this drive coming up.
You've always had outstanding receivers at Alabama when you were there as their offensive coordinator. What can you do with a guy like DeMarcus Robinson?
Yeah, I tell you what, he is fun to watch, and the guy can go up and get the ball in the air. He's got great ball skills. Obviously working on his route, his route skills, being able to get in and out of breaks a little bit, dropping your hips and things like that. But he's definitely an SEC caliber top receiver. So we're looking forward to being able to work with him.
You look at some of the games. Now, you will face this East Carolina team the second week of the season. You get anything out of seeing this, or is it all about going to break down the film later on?
I know we'll watch enough of this video that I'll get sick of it.
Turn the volume down, though. You'll turn the volume down, right?
That's exactly right.
Third down for Florida. And 5. Here's Harris rolling right, throwing to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. That goes to another young star in the making, Brandon Powell from 13 yards out, the true freshman, with his first touchdown catch of the year.
Well, an excellent job by Powell of adjusting to the football. They line him up at running back, but he'll play some slot receiver as he does here. And watch him adjust to this ball. It's thrown a little bit behind him, but a nice job of adjusting, making a nice play, and coming down with a touchdown reception.
His 14th catch of the year, goes for 6. Here's Austin Hardin to attempt the point after. And Florida, after giving up the first touchdown of the game, has now put 21 straight on the board. Well, Coach McElwain, you and I go way back. Andre as well. Yeah. It's good to have you back in the South, so we can
appreciate it.
Spend a little bit more time with you.
I look forward to it, and you guys enjoy it. Okay,
thanks, man. We'll see you down in Gainesville.
You bet.
Well, the Florida Gators looking good on that drive. Capped off by Brandon Powell from 13 yards away. It was a 13-play drive that covered 80 yards. Back in a moment.
The 2015 Birmingham Bowl is brought to you by Days Inn, the best value under the sun, and True Heart, a unique heart health supplement from the makers of One A Day.
A little bowling, a little barbecue down at the Vestavia Bowl and Family Fun Center just outside of Birmingham. Dreamland provided the barbecue for everybody. Never a bad night when that happens.
Dreamland.
21-7. Florida out in front. East Carolina's got to get this offense going. They had a couple of nice early drives, but since then Florida's done a nice job kind of shutting them down. They've had a 29-yard pick six. They were forced out on downs and then a punt on their last possession. Taken by Brown. Makes a man miss. Another one miss. He's to the 30. Nice return. There's Austin Hardin with another special teams tackle. The kicker getting involved again. A 26-yard return. Well, the NFL playoffs start on ESPN. Cam Newton and the NFC South champion Panthers have won 4 straight. Now they face Larry Fitzgerald and one of the most dominating defenses in the game. It's win or go home for 2 NFC teams out to prove that they belong. The NFL playoffs wild card round. Cardinals Panthers today at 4:20 Eastern right here on ESPN. Boy, Cam Newton was something special in that season finale. Knocking off the Falcons in Atlanta.
He has really come up big in the month of December.
Even with that car wreck and the bad back, he is something else. That hurt me a little bit personally, that Falcon performance. But Arthur Blank doing something about it.
He's doing a little coach hunt right now. They're going to change up in leadership for the Falcons.
Boy, look at the total yards. Remember, this East Carolina offense came in 5th in the country at 532 yards a game. Carden pump fakes, now goes up top, looking for a little help on the outside. It's incomplete down around the 30-yard line, looking for Hardy. Marcus May in on coverage for Florida.
Well, Marcus May has been all over the field. You talk about a young man that's having an excellent football game defensively. Rangy, free safety or strong safety that can play free if you need him to, but good-looking player. That's one that Coach McElwain will be glad to have back.
3rd down and 10. Carden near side throws a bullet right into the belly of Cam Worthy. That's a gain of 12. Jalen Tabor, the true freshman, in coverage.
Well, nice throw and catch. He's able to kind of screen Tabor off with that big 6'3" frame.
3 receivers near side. There's a flag down. Looks like some movement.
False start. Offense. Number 69. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Mike Harris, the junior out of Irmo, South Carolina. Boy, this Florida front seven, I'm just looking down at my two deep boards here, and a lot of these guys have been X'd out. Antonio Morrison left with an injury a moment ago. Of course, Aaron Ball's been out a few games with an injury. Carden over the middle, pass caught, nice grab. Isaiah Jones just sat down in traffic around the 40-yard line and picks up 18 yards.
Yeah, that's the thing about this receiving group with Hardy, Isaiah Jones, Cam Worthy. They all understand, even throwing Grayson, they understand how to read coverages and where the soft spots are in the zone when Florida chooses to go zone coverage.
Hairston at running back. Carden keeps it, nice play fake. Trying to beat one man, can't do it. Marcus May comes up from a safety spot, make a nice open field tackle. That'll be a 4-yard pickup for Carden in East Carolina.
Well, watch Michael Taylor, and that gives you a big indication of if Florida is going to play zone coverage. Middle linebacker in the game, if he's on the field, there he is right there. It's a pretty good indication that they're going to go zone coverage because they're not going to lock him up in coverage with one of these slot receivers for East Carolina. And you see how far off they are as well.
Hardy makes the catch. He's inside the 35. Marcus May will bring him down, but a gain of 8. Now East Carolina kind of in that rhythm with that tempo.
Yeah, deep umbrella type coverage, and you can see the rain. If he can get a grip on the football, it is definitely to their advantage offensively, but they need to get in the end zone right here before the half.
.4:13 and counting on the clock before intermission. Here's Carden. He's flushed, lofts it up, and a receiver slipped. Jimmy Williams looked like he was trying to make a cut on that sideline. It just fell down.
I think he was going to run just a hitch route, and I thought Carden had him initially, but then unable to get him the football in rhythm.
That last catch for Justin Hardy moves up in yards by a receiver, 4,417 now. He has 382 receptions, which is the FBS standard now.
What an excellent career for a guy that walked on at East Carolina.
Batted in the air, it'll fall to the turf. There's that slick football again. Bryce Williams, the intended receiver.
High school quarterback, came to East Carolina as running the scout team as a quarterback, moved to receiver, and then Justin Hardy hadn't looked back. And there you see the tip. And Brian Poole was dreaming of another pick six.
Talk about Hardy, and I know his story has been well documented, but it's still shocking to me that his only offer coming out of high school was from Fayetteville State. And he now leads the FBS in career receptions. It is a remarkable story. Carden coming near side. There's a flag and a catch. What a job by Cam Worthy, the senior, going out in style. Was held and still made the grab.
A big body again, 6'3", 220. Goes over the top of Brian Poole, who right here in the slot. And watch him go to work. This is just a jump ball situation. Brian Poole is holding his jersey the entire time and still can't stop him from catching the football.
Holding. Defense, number 5. That penalty is declined. Result of the play. First down.
Yeah, Poole is just tugging away. They call one on Tabor, but it's Poole was holding that jersey of number 9, Cam Worthy.
10th play of the drive coming up for East Carolina.
Well, look at all this in here, just begging to get inside.
4 receiver look. Carden, he's just going to throw it away.
This is where, Dave, you go to a guy in press coverage. You know, you've worked with all of them. You go, and it's summer. This goes all the way back to summer. You identify the guy that gets off press coverage the best, and that's your primary read. Whether it's Worthy or Justin Hardy, that's where you're thinking. And it looks like Carden maybe has gone to the sideline.
Yeah, Ben Kurt comes in. He is 8 out of 10 on the year for 58 yards. He'll keep it off the right side. He's down to the 1. Here's a flag, though, right in the middle of that line of scrimmage. And you know what that usually means.
That's a nice little trickery there by Ruffin McNeil and Leakin Riley, the offensive coordinator. They have Carden come off kind of limping, knowing that they're going to bring Benkirk in and run the football with him.
Personal foul. Face mask.
Ooh.
Defense. Number 20. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
That'll give East Carolina a fresh set of downs.
And let's see what they do. They'll keep Benkert in the game, it appears.
Yeah, it's right at the end, right there. And it's Marcus May reaching and getting a face mask of Benkert.
On 1st and goal, Benkert stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Gerald Willis. And a fumble. Brian Poole comes up with the football.
Well, a big hit by Gerald Willis, the true freshman, who early in this game was down with an injury. Oh, what a big play there by Willis.
First down. Previous play is now under further review.
Well, Benkert comes off the bench. Comes off the bench and gets 2 carries and is popped on the second one on a 1st and goal from the 1 by Gerald Willis. And then Brian Poole, who already has the pick 6 today for Florida, falls on the football.
Watch here as Willis gets free. Now right there,
his knee
he is
looked down,
and he still has possession of the ball.
I think that's going to go back to East Carolina.
I think you're absolutely right. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Here's another angle, but clearly down, and then the ball comes out. This will be East Carolina football.
This will be a much better view of, although, Dre, that ball
looks like it's coming free in that angle. Like there's separation once Willis hits him and he's going to his knees. Don't know if the left knee was completely down. This is the best look here. He gets free of Ike Harris's block, and you can kind of see the ball right there starting to come free. That right hand is off the football, Dave. I think that look kind of settles it for me that it's going to be Florida's ball. Until I had that look and that perspective, I thought it would be East Carolina's ball right there again on 2nd down, but that last one, you can clearly see the right hand come off of it.
Well, we are fortunate to have Alan Eck, our rules expert out of the Mountain West, in the booth. Alan, your perception of that. Well, here's our official word from down on the sidelines.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
So, Alan, stands, not confirmed.
Yeah, so that essentially means they didn't get a good enough look to rule it one way or the other. So it would have been great to get another look down from the opposite sideline down the goal line. But from what the replay official was looking at, he couldn't determine if the knee was down first before the ball came out. So the ruling on the field was a fumble recovered by the defense. So he stuck with the ruling on the field.
All right, so Florida with a big defensive stand. They have had some important plays on that side of the football today. East Carolina just inches away from sticking it in the end zone. Instead, 3:23 to go before halftime. The Gators with the football, up a couple of touchdowns.
I'm Adnan Burke. Coming up on our halftime report, Trevor Matz will give his thoughts in this first half and how Florida was able to overcome the early deficit. Plus, we'll look ahead to the national championship. Cardell Jones, what strengths he has for Ohio State, and then Oregon defense, while they're underrated. And 4:20 Eastern today, the first NFL playoff game on ESPN. Wingo, Woody, and Bruschi will break down the Cardinals, the Panthers. All that more coming up. Dave, back to you.
All right, thanks, Adnan. And there's a look at number 6, a guy that's been a long-time starter for Florida, but been coming off the bench since midway through the year. Jeff Driscoll, 6'4", 230 junior. Out of the end zone, looking to throw. Hit as he throws, and that one's incomplete. Jeff Driscoll.
I love the play call by Kurt Roper. It's allowing Driscoll to try to get one deep to DeMarcus Robinson.
Well, Driscoll's a young man whose name has been bantered about lately as a possible transfer candidate. He has already graduated, so he'd be able to transfer out to another institution and play right away. And the word we are getting is that he has been cleared to do so at the end of this game. Here's a throw to the outside. DeMarcus Robinson with the reception.
Good looking athlete there. DeMarcus Robinson, 6'2", 200 pounds, sophomore. Played as a true freshman. Boy, he got some wheels. He could get deep, and that's where Driscoll wanted to go on first down. He just got hit, and the pass fell short of DeMarcus Robinson.
A couple of tight ends in as Jeff Driscoll runs this offense. That handoff goes to Taylor, and Kelvin will pick up 5 yards. We mentioned that Treon Harris in practice this week hit his hand on a helmet. Kurt Roper, the offensive coordinator, telling us before the game today, didn't know how much of an impact that would have. Didn't look like Treon was worse for the wear for that. Made some nice throws.
They usually have a package for Jeff Driscoll each and every game. This is just probably one of the, at this point in the game is when they had it targeted or circled for him to come in.
Takes over with the ball at the 1 yard line. Right now it sits at the 16. There's a big collision. Taylor hit again. Still on his feet and dropped back at the 8 yard line. Boy, he got hit by Fred, Presley, Maurice Falls, among others. Just listen to the impact on this collision.
Man. Fred Presley arrived, and it was in an ugly way.
Well, timeout taken by East Carolina. That'll leave the Pirates with 1. Marcus Mariota and the Ducks look to secure their first national title against Urban Meyer's Buckeyes, eager to cap off their dream season. It's the national championship presented by AT&T. It's Oregon, Ohio State, January 12th at 8:30 Eastern. Right here on ESPN. Trey, your thoughts about that matchup?
Well, I tell you what, Oregon looks so good, but so did Ohio State. That's going to be a good football game there. Marcus Mariota. See here the record. Points. He has had an outstanding college career and topped it off this year, winning the Heisman Trophy. Had a chance to spend some time with him in New York. Very quiet young man, but he is not quiet when you put him in his helmet and shoulder pads, put him between the white lines.
Interesting nugget. It was Oregon and Ohio State who played in the first ever NCAA basketball championship back in 1939. And now those same two schools will play in the first ever college football playoff national championship game.
Only fitting.
4-man rush. Brantley throwing it up. Looking for some help on the offensive side. Ahmad Fullwood, the sophomore, comes flying out of there, and here comes the Gator punt team.
East Carolina, even though they gave it up right there at point blank range and had a nice drive going, they're still going to have some time and a timeout to try to get some points on the board here before halftime. Should have some decent field position.
Here's Christie. What's a good punt. Hardy takes it at the 38. Dancing around, and he is walloped at the 45. A 51-yard punt. Give him 3 yards on the return. And East Carolina with good field position. Time for us to take a look at Playing with Style, brought to you by Belk. And how about a little Gator defense today?
Yeah, they have harassed Shane Carden and then Brian Poole with a pick 6 here to get the Gators on the board. And then a fumble at the goal line. Big Gerald Willis causes the fumble. Turning away East Carolina.
Florida, their turnover margin this year, +6. That was 5th in the conference. First down and 10. Carden over the middle. Pass is caught by Hardy. That'll be a first down. 11-yard pickup. Clock stops at 1:48 for a moment.
I love that. Coming back to the football. This doesn't allow the defender a chance to get between you and the ball, or an opportunity to pick it off when you have a smart receiver that does that.
They'll run it on the ground. Here goes Anthony Scott down to the 20-yard line. A big gainer of 24 yards. That'll stop it for a moment again.
Boy, excellent block up front by Ike Harris, the left tackle. Paving the way for Anthony Scott.
So from the 20-yard line, here's Scott again.
The same exact play, Dave. Came right back to it, and they get big number 69, the team's best pass protector, Ike Harris, the junior, Emo, South Carolina.
Boy, Lincoln Riley, the offensive coordinator, one of the young, brilliant minds in all of college football, running the show. Boy, it looks like Vernon Hargraves is now injured.
Maybe just cramps. He spends so long away from the field in terms of bowl prep, and you practice a lot, but there's nothing like, you know, the speed of a game. The conditions that we're playing in down there on the field today. I'm surprised there haven't been more players that hadn't cramped up.
Hargrave today, 5 tackles. A pressure, he'll pop up, and it does look like that the limp of a cramp. Not that I exercise enough to get those, but that's what it looks like.
Oh boy.
It's been the holiday season. Second down coming up for the Pirates. 1:08 on the clock, and the clock starts on the ready for play. Pocket collapses. Carden goes down. Dante Fowler Jr. A loss of 8. He now has 6.5 sacks on the year.
Yeah, watch him come from the outside, and he's working on Dante Livingston at right tackle. And we talked about it. He was one of our impact players. Got him off balance and then slipped back inside. But we knew he's the team's best pass rusher. And they say that he can change and turn speed to power better than a lot of players they've seen. And that's saying something at Florida.
Potential first rounder who has declared, the junior out of St. Petersburg, Florida. First team All-SEC, second team All-American.
And you saw it there in terms of getting a guy off balance with speed, and then you punch. And he got Livingston off balance, slipped right inside of him, and had a nice alley on his way to Shane Carden. That's 6.5 sacks for the junior from St. Petersburg.
You see those two right there, Alex McAllister and Dante Fowler Jr. Those two guys are not only extremely close, are also roommates. And Alex said he has learned a lot from Dante and hopes that they can continue that relationship, that tight relationship, as Dante departs the University of Florida after this game.
McAllister's a good-looking player, 6'6". Going to put some more weight on that 245-pound frame.
Here's third down and long now. Carden lofts it up, looking for the end zone, and Hardy batted away at the last moment.
Nice job by Marcus May. A couple of pass breakups in this ball game, but this was a big one. Watch the adjustment by Hardy. He's getting ready to make that play, and then May comes in and knocks the ball away. It's a nice job of competing by both players.
Warren Harvey to attempt the field goal. 12 out of 19 on the year. This from 42. His long on the year is 40. Good clean snap. Kick is on the way. It is no good. He misses it wide right with 42 seconds on the clock. Boy, Florida in this bend but don't break type of defense. They've given up 282 yards, 203 through the air, but only allowed 7 points, and that came back in the first quarter.
Well, just nice snap. The hole was there, and it just pushed it right.
Harvey, East Carolina's all-time leading scorer with 292 points in his career. Couldn't add 3 more to that total. Now Florida will bring Treon Harris back on the field at quarterback with 42 seconds. with Lane. Maurice Falls with the stop for East Carolina.
Well, Lane's had some first half. Big run to set up his first touchdown run.
7 carries, 66 yards, averaging 9.5 yards a carry. Not bad for a guy who carried it 8 times all year before today. Well, East Carolina scored the first touchdown of the game, and then 21 straight for the Gators under their interim head coach, DJ Durkin. And let's go down and join Laura, who was caught up with the interim head coach.
Thanks, Dave. Coach, a couple of 4th down stops from your defense, the pick 6 and also the goal line fumble. What are your thoughts on their play so far?
Yeah, I mean, we've done a good job getting the ball. That's been the difference. We need to tackle better. We need to get some stops early in the series. They've been on the field moving the ball on us a little bit.
How do you think your offense is doing, Treon Harris, and also getting Adam Lane involved?
Yeah, that was great to see Adam. You know, he's been playing and practicing really well for us. We wanted to get him in the game, and he did well with his snaps. We'll keep going with him.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Dave?
Thank you very much, Laura. Gators lead at 21-7 here at the Birmingham Bowl. It is halftime. Time for us to send it to Adnan Verk and Trevor Manich. Back in the studios. Guys, all yours.
Welcome back to Capital One Bowl Mania.
And welcome back to the Birmingham Bowl. We are in Birmingham, Alabama at historic Allegiant Field as the Florida Gators lead the East Carolina Pirates 21-7 after 2 quarters of football. Dave Neal back alongside my partner Andre Ware. And Andre, tell you what, give Florida some credit. They have withstood what has been an offensive onslaught. 54 plays, 280-plus yards of offense. I mean, they're on pace for, think about it, 108 plays and 560 yards of offense, but yet Florida leads by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think East Carolina needs to get back to a little more balance. When they had their most success, it was when they were running the football. They had Florida really off balance. Then when they got kind of one-dimensional, started throwing the ball a lot in the second quarter, it allowed guys to start teeing up, Florida to start teeing off defensively.
Of course, that pick 6 certainly helped Florida's point total. You look at our first half stats, which are brought to you by Golden Corral. 112 yards on the ground for Florida. That's a good number, but only 47 yards through the air. On the flip side, time of possession really favors East Carolina, and that's those 2 turnovers, the pick 6 and the fumble on the 1 that have been the demise of the Pirates to this point.
Yeah, right down inside the 5-yard line, getting ready to punch one in and make this a football game, a 1-score game, and they give it up. But then Florida now going to get the football here to start the second half.
The Gators used 2 quarterbacks. Jeff Driscoll got a series. Ended up punting, but took over at the 1-yard line. Got him out of some danger.
Actually, East Carolina's used 2 quarterbacks, Shane Carden and Kurt Benkert.
Benkert was the quarterback who came in and fumbled at the 1. Line drive squib kick. That is taken by Powell. Brandon Powell out to the 45-yard line, a return of 36 yards. With that, we'll head down to the sidelines, check in with a soggy Laura Rutledge.
I am a little soggy down here, Dave, and I know you're high and dry up there, but want to let you know what Coach Ruff said for East Carolina. He said their message at halftime was don't get in your own way and take advantage of every single opportunity. Defensively, he feels like they're playing very good 1st and 2nd down defense, but not as well on 3rd down. He said they have to get off the field on 3rd down, and he told me that he really encouraged Shane Carden, his quarterback, to take a next step in this game and really go out on a nice note. Dave?
Thanks, Laura. There's the first handoff of the second half going to Adam Lane Jr. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and it's kind of unfortunate for East Carolina in that first half because we mentioned it early. They've been outstanding on 3rd down defense, 33%. They've only allowed 33%. That's 14th in the country in 3rd down defense.
So 2nd down and 13. Here's Lane again. Breaks 1 tackle but can't get out of the 2nd. That'll be another lost yard for the Gator offense.
A couple of guys mixing it up in there. Christian Rose mixing things up with DJ Humphries.
Krishan, the senior out of Washington, D.C., 6'4", 305.
Well, right now, certainly to the advantage of East Carolina. 3rd and 14 to get themselves off the field, get off to a good start here in the second half.
4-man rush. Harris. A lot of time to throw. Over the middle. Pass is intercepted by East Carolina at the 29-yard line. That'll go to Josh Hawkins, the junior, his 5th pick of the year.
Not trying to downplay a turnover any way, shape, or form, but this one, is, to me, is as good as a punt. You're trying to make a play. You throw it down there. You'd think a punt maybe would get it down inside the 20-yard line, but I'm Treon Harris. I don't feel real bad at trying to make a play there to DeMarcus Robinson.
One thing it does do is give East Carolina
some momentum, no doubt about it.
Ooh, and did the nose of that football.
I don't know if they may take a look at this.
Now we're going to play on. The snap hit Hardy. Hardy. There goes Justin Hardy. He's to the 20. Chased down inside the 5-yard line.
Didn't you just feel like it was a matter of time?
67 yards.
Boy, nice block by Isaiah Jones on the outside, but watch the throw and catch. A little hitch screen from the inside, and then a nice block, and then it's off to the races, and Brian Poole saves a touchdown.
1st and goal from the 4. Carden to the back of the end zone, incomplete. Looking for Bryce Williams. It'll be 2nd and goal.
There's no one there. Don't force it. You've turned it over once on this end of the field already. They're late in the 2nd quarter. Just throw it away and come back on 2nd down. Ball security is of importance right now for East Carolina. Don't try to force something.
You know, this is kind of when you miss your senior Breon Allen, who has 8 rushing touchdowns on the year. He's out with a bad knee, suffered a week ago at practice leading up to this bowl game. You're also missing Marquez Grayson, who has 5 rushing touchdowns.
I like the big receiver, Cam Worthy.
Carden dropped as he throws it. They'll say incomplete pass. That was Dante Fowler Jr., who came in with 15 quarterback hurries to his credit. Picks up another one.
Yeah, with a fast defense and guys that can get after the passer, you got to make a quick decision. Pre-snap read, and you got to get rid of the football. That's why Worthy is an option with his size at 6'3", 220, and certainly the route running or the ability to get open in Justin Hardy. Pick the matchup and live with it.
3rd down. Lofting it up. Caught. Touchdown. Cam Worthy. Good call, Andre. From 4 yards out, and just like that, the Pirates have put 6 on the board here in the 3rd quarter.
And he's showing you throughout the ball game that he can go up and make the high, tough catches. And right here, gets a little bit taller, gets a jump on Marcus May, the safety. But that's a mismatch. Safety on a guy like that, that's where you go with the football. Nice job of seeing it pre-snap read and delivering the football by Shane Carden.
Warren Harvey to attempt the point after. So East Carolina gets a little momentum from their defensive unit with the interception. Josh Hawkins would set up the offense, and Hardy breaks one off for 67 yards. Then Carden. It's Cam Worthy for the touchdown in the end zone. It's a 21-14 game. Good look at downtown Birmingham as we bring you today's Aflac trivia question. Before today, when was the last time Florida played at Legion Field? I think the Gator fans might remember that. Got to go back a few years, but a memorable evening inside Legion Field. You know, it was interesting talking to Ruffin McNeil getting ready for this game. And of course, he played at East Carolina, played under Pat Dye, the great Auburn coach. And he would bring, since we're here at Legion Field, Pat Dye would bring Coach Bear Bryant over to East Carolina every summer and talk to the team. And Coach McNeil was talking to us about the messages that Coach Bryant would portrait of the club. There's Powell. Flag comes in.
Boy, excellent coverage.
During the return of the kick, holding, receiving team, number 34, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Capital One Bowl Mania continues Sunday as Toledo takes on Arkansas State in the GoDaddy Bowl at 9 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. Arkansas State, fourth time they've been in this bowl game, fourth straight year. Toledo, of course, featuring Kareem Hunt at running back. 9 games this year that he's played in. He has rushed for 100 yards in each and every one of those games, averaging 150 a game. So first down from the 10. Treon Harris gets it out to the 13-yard line. That'll be a pickup of about 4.
Well, you sense a little fire in East Carolina this second half. Got off the field that first drive and then punched one into the end zone. Nice touchdown pass to Cam Worthy. Didn't start this drive. Nice job of tackling.
Boy, nowhere to run from Mack Brown. He is stood up by Brandon Williams. No gain.
First year as a full-time starter, and he comes up with 113 tackles coming into the game. He's got 7 already in this one, and 2 of them have been behind the line of scrimmage.
His last game was against Central Florida, had 17 tackles in that one. His cousin stands next to him. Zeke Bigger, the other linebacker, leads the team with 134 stops coming in. He wears 44.
And he'll be back next year, just a junior.
4-man rush. He'll come near side with it. Ahmad Fulwood breaks a tackle. Ahmad in the open field. Look at the speedster go. Nobody will catch him. 86 yards.
Not sure who the defender was on the outside that took a bad angle. Actually, it's Dietrich Allen. Watch him here. He allows him inside and then back out. And Zeke Bigger can't make the play from inside out. Now it's a foot race, and there aren't many people on either sideline that's going to track down Ahmad Fulwood.
He's a guy that you would think would need to step it up next year for Florida on the outside. He's battled some turf toe this year, but great size at 6'4", 200, the long strider. Just picked up his first touchdown of the year.
What an answer by the Gators.
Austin Harden's point after. Out of the Marist School in Atlanta. Splits the uprights, and Florida back to their 14-point lead. Just when you thought East Carolina had a little mojo on their side. Ahmad Fulwood says, we'll take that right back from you. So simple, but so effective. 86 yards, and the Gators out in front. Time to take a look at today's Scion playbook. Andre, break down that last touchdown.
Yeah, watch the block of tight end Tevin Westbrook. He's going to come here, throw a nice block on the corner. Roderick Johnson is going to get a block here on the safety, and then it's off to the races for Ahmad Fulwood. 2 excellent blocks out in space. Westbrook to Johnson, and then it's just all speed of Fulwood to score for Florida. Nice job of blocking.
So Florida will kick it away. Austin Harden, as the ball falls off the tee, will reset it. But boy, that's one of those plays that can really suck the life out of a team. And East Carolina had that momentum going. You could feel them jumping up and down. The energy was back on that sideline, and then bam, 86 yards the other way for Fulwood. Just his 12th catch of the year. And that is the longest touchdown catch in Birmingham Bowl history. That will head out of bounds. So East Carolina will start with decent field position after the miscue from Harden with 11:20 to go here in the third quarter. This Gator defense.
Ball be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
This Gator defense has been on the field for 58 plays. Florida's run 37.
Now they've got to answer. They got to keep pace with this fast-scoring Florida offense.
I haven't said that too often.
No.
Fast-scoring Florida offense.
Big plays, one in the running game. They've been provided by Adam Lane, and then they're throwing the football to Fullwood.
Carden threw it out of bounds. You know, we mentioned that Florida offense. Kurt Roper's done a great job. There is a flag down the middle of the field, but this Florida team, it's Kurt's first year. Came from Duke, where he worked with Coach Cutcliffe for a long time, but it's their highest point total since 2009, an increase of almost a dozen a game from just a year ago.
Well, he did an outstanding job, not only this year, but last year with Duke as well. Anthony Boone, the quarterback there. There's Kirk right there in the middle of your screen.
An eligible receiver downfield, number 69. Penalty is declined. Second down.
One of the best in the business, in my opinion.
He'll land on his feet for sure.
No doubt. Somebody looking for a good offensive coordinator, just pick up the phone and call Kurt Roper.
Second down at 10 coming up now for East Carolina. Little three-man front from Florida here. Florida's been in a nickel package most of the day today. Well, there goes Hairston, turns the corner into Gator territory at the 48-yard line. A gain of 17. Jabari Gorman, the senior, with the tackle.
A couple of nice blocks up front. Watch the reach block by Trey Robertson, the right tackle. That allowed Harrison to get the corner, cut back inside, and pick up a nice gain.
Carden going down the middle, has a man. Oh, he had Hardy and he overthrew him.
That's hard to do. That is hard to do. He catches everything. Another Florida Gator down, but has him right up the seam, right behind the linebacker, and it's just drop one in there.
That's Caleb Brantley, the redshirt freshman who is injured. And we've talked about the depth issues in that front seven for Florida. We'll step aside. Back in a moment.
The 2015 Birmingham Bowl is brought to you by Lexus. The Lexus December to Remember sales event is here, now through January 5th.
A lot of laughs for the East Carolina and Florida teams at the Stardome Comedy Club this week, but not a lot of laughs right now over on that Florida bench. That's Caleb Brantley being attended to, helped off the field. Here's a little bit of reverse pass. Hardy lofts it up in the air, looking for Bryce Williams, incomplete.
I remember Hardy. He used to be a high school quarterback back in the day. A little razzle dazzle, fake the handoff underneath, toss it back to Hardy, and boy, he just launches that thing. A little more air inside. They give Bryce Williams a chance to come up with a reception.
So now you're looking at third down and 10. Boy, a lot of folks at the line of scrimmage. 8.
That in your face, man to man.
Carden nowhere to go, and he is dropped. John Bullard. A loss of 12 on the play.
Actually thought he had the outside slot receiver come underneath. Freeze it right there. Right in the middle of the screen. There's a receiver that comes underneath from the outside. It's actually Isaiah Jones. And you just got to be prepared to give the football to him. You're going to get hit anyway. Stand in, step, and throw the football. I don't know that Jones would have come up with a first down, but it would have avoided the sack.
Worth Gregory will punt it away.
Good punt.
Tight spiral. Takes Robinson back to the 11, and he is tackled right there. A 47-yard punt and no return. Time to revisit our Aflac trivia question. Before today, when was the last time Florida played at Legion Field?
You know, I usually try to have a little something for you, but I've got 0 on this one.
Well, they left here with a trophy in hand. How about the 1993 SEC Championship game on December 4th of that year? Florida, Alabama. Terry Dean would throw 2 touchdown passes in that game, leading 14-13 late in the third quarter. Florida ran a fake. Shane Edge, the punter, would run for 30 yards. On the ensuing play, that's when Terry Dean would connect with Jack Jackson for a 43-yard touchdown pass. Florida would go on to win that one 28-13. Remember, the first 2 SEC title games played right here at Legion Field before they moved to the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. Handoff goes to Adam Lane, who's I'm just going to say, just at first glance, you look down there, you see the orange jersey, the orange helmet, reminds you of the mid-'80 Gators uniforms, and he's wearing a number that is somewhat familiar to Gator fans, Emmitt Smith.
Yeah, I thought so as soon as I looked down. I was kind of quite surprised that somebody was actually wearing the jersey number 22.
I got a story about that after this play, as a matter of fact. 9:23 to go. And here goes Adam Lane Jr. a la Emmitt Smith out over the 20-yard line, a gain of 9. When Steve Spurrier came back to Florida to take over that team in 1990, there were 2 numbers retired, his and John Brantley, 55, the great defensive player for Florida. But Coach came back in, and, you know, it's old. So he said, we don't need to retire any jerseys. Let's let everybody have the numbers. Let's not retire any of them. So Florida doesn't have retired numbers. They have a Ring of Honor. And so Emmitt's number's still out there. And Adam Lane Jr. quick to take it. Little throwback. Well, good thing that went out of bounds. Brandon Powell couldn't catch it. Well, we just moments ago showed you Caleb Brantley on the sideline injured. Let's get an update from Laura.
Well, Dave, Florida's front 7 continues to take hits. Caleb Brantley yelling in pain over here on the sideline. It's his left knee. They have some ice on it right now, but he's in a lot of pain. They're just trying to comfort him and keep him as positive as possible.
We lost 2 young players, Antonio Morrison to a knee injury, along with Caleb Brantley to a knee injury.
Yeah, Morrison was carted off the field back in the first half. And you've already, if you go back to guys that have had some starts and played a lot, we talked about it a little bit. Near and ball linebacker Brian Cox Jr. and in Darius Cummings, a lineman, Leon Laura, a lineman, Jared Davis not here, and you mentioned Morrison and Brantley, and that's just a lot of bodies that played a lot of snaps for you, not on the field.
It is, and with a new coach coming in, new coaching staff, you want to get a head start on things. Instead of doing it in spring ball, you'll be rehabilitating a knee.
Right. Here's Harris on 3rd down and long. Breaks a tackle, and he falls forward. It looks like he'll have the first down. East Carolina had him wrapped up, and Harris sneaks out of there and may have enough, and he does move the chains.
That's what head coach Ruffin McNeil talked to Laura about at the half. Had him in 3rd down and long, and all of a sudden let him out. That's the second run that Treon Harris has been responsible for. Talking about 6 missed tackles in this ball game for East Carolina's defense, but he also broke one about 14 yards for a first down.
East Carolina's been pretty good against the run this year. They're 8th in the country, giving up 107 yards a game, but today Florida's racked up 137. Here goes Adam Lane Jr. Lost a football. It's on the turf. East Carolina says they have it.
Oh no, I think Florida may have gotten back on the football. Like somebody overshot it, and it gave a Florida player a chance to come up with it, and it looks like Adam Lane is now down as well in pain. Oh, you're right, East Carolina has it. They've ruled it.
And Lane is down, being attended to in the process. Simmons is the one who forced the fumble, and then Allen will come up with it.
Just watch him here. Nice cut. Start, stop, and then excellent job by Trayvon Simmons coming up with that forced fumble. The helmet goes right on the football. It looked like Chris Thompson kind of sneaked in there and got on the ball for Florida to save it, but it's going to be East Carolina's ball with great field position.
Boy, Lane holding that right arm in an awkward position as he leaves the field.
That actually may be his shoulder.
That young man came in with just 8 carries on the year. 5 of those came in one game against Eastern Kentucky. But today has carried it 13 times for 98 yards and a touchdown, but he just coughed it up there.
Wouldn't be surprised if Shane Carden doesn't try to go deep here.
Well, Pirates have a little bit of that momentum back on their side. Their fans making a little bit of noise. From midfield, first down and 10. Carden, little play fake. Comes near side, pass is caught at the 38. That goes to Cam Worthy, who is having an exceptional game. 6 catches now. Now closing in on, now has 108 yards.
Senior working against a true freshman in Jalen Tabor.
Fresh set of downs. Keep it on the ground. There goes Chris Hairston.
Remember what we talked about coming out of the half. We felt like East Carolina needed to get back to a little more balance, some more running game. All of a sudden they opened that opening drive of the second half. Once they stopped Florida, Chris Harrison had a couple of big runs in that, running the football here to keep them honest, where you don't have guys like Dante Fowler Jr. teeing off, coming on a pass rush. They've got to play run defense along with trying to get to the quarterback, Shane Carden.
Hairston, shoe came off, so he leaves the game. Corey Hunter comes in at running back, but Carden will throw it. Flag is down. At the 15-yard line, Justin Hardy dancing around, picks up 18. Let's see if it holds up, though.
Yeah, it's right in the area of holding. And what a throw and a catch by Justin Hardy from Shane Carden. You think those two have thrown and caught it a little bit?
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Defense.
Oh, boy.
Number 95 will tack that 15-yard penalty onto the end of the pass. First down.
This just got interesting. East Carolina now with a golden opportunity to turn this in to a 1-score football game. Watch this throw. They max protect, keep the back end to work on Fowler. Nice pocket for Carden, and waiting on the other end of it is Justin Hardy, who got a little bit extra after the catch.
Lofted up to the end zone. Hardy! Incomplete, but he held on. Vernon Hargraves locked up one-on-one. Those two having a little chit-chat on the way back to the huddle.
Watch here. What a nice grab. Foot just goes, momentum carries him out of bounds. Working against Vernon Hargraves. Hargraves does a nice job of helping to escort him barely out of bounds. I don't know where Justin Hardy's going to be drafted. I just know he's going to play a long time. Vernon, you can't teach what he has.
Vernon Hargraves, his father coached back at East Carolina for a couple of years back in the late 2000s.
All out blitz, Dave.
Slam. Intercepted and dropped. Off the hands of Cam Worthy. Daniel McMillan came flying in, couldn't hold on.
And the sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida, could not hold on to the ball. It was there for the taking. Worthy tips it up, could only get one hand up because it looked like the defender to that side, Tabor, had his right hand pinned to his side. So he could only get one hand in the air. That tips the ball, but unable to come up with it is McMillan.
Boy, Lincoln Riley, the offensive coordinator, chewing on some officials down there on the sideline, thought there was some interference.
I think there was.
3rd and goal. Lofted up again, looking for Worthy, and this time he can't catch up to it. And now you're 4th and goal.
How about Fowler timing up the snap? That's where you can get yourself 5 free ones with just a change of the snap count. A little hard count to get a guy like Dante Fowler, who's eager to rush the passer to jump off sides. Now you're working a little bit closer at half the distance to the goal line.
So the field goal unit will come on. Warren Harvey, who has missed today from 42. This will be from 24 on the far hash. And Warren Harvey splits the uprights. So East Carolina pulls within 11. 6:10 to go here in the third quarter. And with that, we can check in with the studio and Adnan Verk.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. The Sports Center right now brought to you by Great Clips, updating you some college basketballs. Darren Hilliard, good look for three at the buzzer. He missed it, so Villanova and Seton Hall are in overtime, currently tied at 60. Good game over there. Good one we're watching right now. Dave, back to you.
Thanks, Adnan. A little momentum from East Carolina. Nice drive. They get to 3 points. East Carolina, this has been a season of, you know, I don't want to say disappointment. You win 8 games, get to a bowl game. It's not all bad, right? But they had a couple of games they let get away. One of those was the season finale against Central Florida. They also let one get away against Cincinnati. I mean, this could have been a 10-win season easily for Coach McNeil, who is one of the great guys that we have a chance to deal with.
He's one of the best in the business.
Yeah, just a good human being right there.
You look forward to either seeing him in person or meeting him out, talking to him over the phone. He's always got time for you. Not one of those coaches, when you go into the meeting with him, he's looking at his watch the entire time. He's got time for you. Love working with Coach McNeil.
He's been an interim coach in his day, coached Texas Tech to a bowl win. So he knows exactly what DJ Durkin is going through on the other sideline. Well, the NFL playoffs start right here on ESPN. Cam Newton and the NFC South champion Panthers have won 4 straight and look good doing it. Now they face Larry Fitzgerald and one of the most dominant defenses in the game. It's win or go home for 2 NFC teams out to prove they belong. The NFL playoffs wild card round. Cardinals, Panthers today, 4:20 Eastern time, right here on ESPN. Boy, the Panthers, we've talked about it, looks so good down the stretch. Even though they do have a losing record, this is a team that is dangerous.
They can run the football. Big Jonathan Stewart.
Gators will run the football. That'll go to Mack Brown. We still have not seen Matt Jones, the young man who has declared that he will enter the NFL draft after today. Their big burly running back has battled through some injuries all season long. The junior just hasn't been on the field at all. As there he is right there on the sideline. It doesn't look like he's about to get in the game.
No, helmet not in his hands and towel over the head. That's not the body language of a guy that's going in today.
Jones will finish up this season with a little over 800 yards on the ground, averaging about 74 yards per game. Injured Gator down the field. Tyler Moore, the right guard out of Clearwater, Florida. Boy, a lot of Gators going down today.
Watch number 73 there, just gets rolled up. A little friendly fire from Trip Thurman, the left guard. An interesting story with Tyler Moore. He visited both Florida and Florida State before transferring to Florida from Nebraska. He's moved inside the guard this year, but played out at right tackle last season.
So Trenton Brown, a senior, will come in and play that spot. There's Treon Harris trying to find somewhere to go. Outstanding closing speed from Brandon Williams, a loss of 4.
Yep, not this time. They've been fooled with that on a couple of occasions where Treon Harris has gotten away on designed quarterback runs and picked up big first downs on 3rd down. They decide to run him here on 2nd down. Brandon Williams, nice job there. Open field tackle, 8 tackles on the ball game for Brandon Williams.
Here comes some pressure. Harris stands tall in the pocket, throws to the wide side, and it's shy of its intended target, Demarcus Robinson.
I tell you what, an excellent block by Mack Brown. Stepping in, taking on the blitzer, and just stymies him right in the hole. Watch this. Boy, nice job. Deshaun Amos was blitzing from that corner spot. And Mack Brown just stops him right in his tracks.
East Carolina's defense holds up, forcing a Kyle Christie punt. Fair catch called for by Hardy at the 41. It's a decent field position for East Carolina. 35-yard punt, no return. But let's take a look at college football's all-time leading receiver.
He got it started with a catch early. In here, coming back where he does a nice job working back to the football. Got a touchdown reception with an excellent catch. Working back again in zone coverage to help Shane Carden out. Well, this is what I like. Catch a screen and get right up the field for a big, big, long gain. Just about outran everybody in the back end of Florida's defense before Brian Poole's able to bring him down.
Carden throws as he's dragged to the turf. Dangerous pass. Boy, the pressure came from Alex McAllister, the sophomore. As Andres talked about, he is a good-looking specimen. A big boy that's got some great athletic skills, was an outstanding high school basketball player, only played 2 years of football in high school. He's still growing into that body, still growing into this game.
Yeah, 6'6", you know he's going to weigh more than 245 before he's through growing, and he's really provided some pass rush this year for Florida.
Carden stands tall in the pocket over the middle and dropped. Isaiah Jones couldn't hang on.
One team's second leading receiver coming into this ball game with 75 receptions, and this is usually a catch. Waited, the second window comes open for Isaiah Jones. Carden realizes it, puts it right on him. And that's the 5th straight incompletion for Shane Carden. Got to get that thing revved up and going.
Still 26 of 48, 304 for Carden. Hardy 9 catches, 131 yards. They will split Harrison out. Carden will keep it left side. He has nowhere to go. Chased down by middle linebacker Michael Taylor.
Man, you got to go ahead and get to the sideline, son. It hurts more when you stop and try to turn back in. Get what you can get out of bounds. Be a smart runner. Right here is about all you're going to get. Race him to the sideline and get out of bounds. No reason to take that shot.
Worth Gregory to punt it away. DeMarcus Robinson back to return at the 20-yard line for Florida. This will hit and go out of bounds inside the 10. Yeah, down to the 9. So a good job by Worth Gregory, who actually started his career as a walk-on at Alabama, was part of that 2012 Alabama national title team, and transferred to East Carolina, has found a home with the Pirates and Ruffin McNeil. Boy, the Gators this season got off to a rocky start. Remember that first game of the year? They couldn't play it because of lightning in the area and heavy rain. They actually got the kickoff in. Yeah. And so they only played 11 games this year. They did go down when things were going haywire and just destroyed Georgia. Ran for over 400 yards in that game. Here's Harris. He'll keep it. And Andre, let's go back. We happened to be there at the Florida-South Carolina game.
Yeah.
They had that game won. Yeah. A couple of block kicks late in the game. Florida couldn't close it out. You know, you add the opening game win, the South Carolina win, you got at least 8 victories, and you wonder if this staff stays intact and they get another shot.
I would say yes. If you get to 8 wins with Will Muschamp, if you win that first one and win the South Carolina game that was there for the taking.
LSU was there for the taking.
Yeah, then I think they're still operating with Will Muschamp as the head coach.
Instead, Will has found a home at Auburn. Boy, good hire by
excellent hire.
Malzahn. You know, a lot of teams want to coach Muschamp.
I tell you what, Jay Jacobs, the athletic director at Auburn, does one heck of a job of hiring coaches, just period, in the athletic department. You look at bringing back Will Muschamp. You bring in Bruce Pearl to coach the basketball team. You go out and you hire Will Muschamp as the defensive coordinator when he was wanted by 2, 3, 4 other schools. I'll tell you what, he's done a heck of a job as the AD at Auburn.
Treon Harris started to walk off and then just took a knee, and he's holding the knee. There is Jeff Driscoll. We've already seen Jeff one series today, but here's a look at that last play.
Well, it just looked as though
his own guy
Krishan Rose was actually kind of leaning on that left knee. He just gave in a little bit from inside out, or from outside in, and then he gets rolled up as well by his own player in Trip Thurman. I bet Jim McElwain's just watching this thing thinking, what the heck is going on? We won't have a team to run spring practice, spring drills with.
Look at DJ Durkin. Treon will jog it off to the sideline. Driscoll will come on the field. Jeff, 15-6 as a Gator starter. What a quality young man he is, and it's just unfortunate things just didn't happen for Jeff. He has fought through a severe injury to get back on the field and just couldn't get it going.
Really took his demotion well and helped out Treon Harris tremendously as he was trying to develop through the season.
But here's a huge down for East Carolina. It is 3rd down and 6. Driscoll lofts it up. That ball's out of bounds, so the Pirates defense again will force a punting situation, and barring some kind of mishap, they will have outstanding field position again.
Excellent coverage on the back end, and you know where Driscoll wants to go with the football, and Trayvon Simmons a nice job from that safety spot of coming over the top and helping out on DeMarcus Robinson, the intended receiver. That's their best weapon in the passing game.
Kyle Christie will punt it away, and Justin Hardy, who averages just about 4 yards per punt return, stands back. This one's going to hit and drop at the 42-yard line. So a 45-yard punt for Kyle Christie. Well, we were at 21-7 at halftime, and then we started the second half, and a little momentum for East Carolina. They get the interception of the 3rd down throw over the middle, and Josh Hawkins came up with the interception. Then Josh Hardy took what looked like a harmless over the middle pass and would go 67 yards, and that would set up the Cam Worthy touchdown reception. And then Florida, just when East Carolina had all the momentum, would swing it out to Amon Fullwood, and he would take it 86 yards. East Carolina's added a field goal, and we stand at 28-17 as Hairston is slammed to the turf by Alex McAllister for a loss of a yard.
Boy, he is going to be one heck of a player. Just a redshirt sophomore, as you mentioned, going to put on a couple of extra pounds, grow into that body, and will become unstoppable at defensive end.
East Carolina's been kind of chasing the chains here in the second half. 2nd down and 11. They haven't had many of those 2nd down and 3 or 4s. And now you're looking at a 3rd down and about 10. Nice tackle on Hairston by Jalen Tabor.
Well, Tabor competes weekly with Quincy Wilson to decide who's going to start that week. Both true freshmen. Had a big-time interception in the Vandy game for Florida defensively. Good young players, both he and Quincy Wilson.
1:20 to go, 3rd quarter. It is a 3rd down and 10.
Fowler's dancing, feeling it a little bit.
And he breaks through the line, gets a little bit of pressure on Carden.
And causes the errant throw.
You've said it time again, it's not the sack, it's the pressure.
Yeah, sometimes it's the pressure. I prefer the pressure over the sack any day of the week. But watch him right here. He's going to start outside and come underneath to get to Shane Carden. Watch him there. Nice swim move on the guard, Quincy McKinney. And that affected the throw of Shane Carden. But he was doing a dance. Maybe some music was playing somewhere.
3 pressures in the game for Dante Fowler, playing in his final game as the Florida Gator defensive end. Boy, that's a great punt from Warren Harvey. It's too good. All the way through the end zone, and Florida's defense does their job, gives the offense the football. It'll be at the 20-yard line. Let's see who comes in and plays some quarterback now for the Gators.
Yeah, unable to take advantage of field position is East Carolina. Got the stop on 3rd down, some decent field position, and then couldn't move the football.
Jeff Driscoll will come back in and run this offense. Jeff, Coach McElwain talking to members of the media before the game today, said that he would allow Jeff Driscoll to check out other schools at the end of this season if he wants to transfer. The junior has already graduated. Said he's not going to hold him hostage if he doesn't want to be here. Certainly, you never know what the plans in the future hold, but it appears that Jeff might be leaving Florida after this season, and he'll be eligible to play right away. Second down coming up now. 2nd and 4. Powell goes in motion. Driscoll looking to throw it, just throws it out of bounds. Throw a seed right at the 1st down marker.
Right on it.
Knocked it right out of the guy's hands.
That's flashbacks of the drills that they run in practice with the targets up.
The guys over there say, hey man, you got to hold on to that.
A little close to a few heads over there on the sideline.
18 seconds to go with the 3rd. 11-point Florida lead. They led by 2 touchdowns at the break.
A little pressure here from East Carolina. Here it comes.
They do bring some pressure. Brantley will be dropped back at the 21-yard line. A loss of 5 on the play. Maurice Falls, the first one there.
Excellent job of getting to the quarterback. For 3rd and 4, you need to get off the field. Brandon Williams, along with Maurice Falls, maybe sharing that sack.
15 more minutes to go from the Birmingham Bowl. 4th quarter football coming up on the other side.
I'm Adnan Burke in our college football studios. An update on what happened with Villanova and Seton Hall down by 3. It's Ryan Arcidiacono turning it over. 15 seconds left. Nova's first loss of the year. Seton Hall's 2nd straight win over a ranked opponent this week. They also beat St. John's. This one was 66-61 in overtime. And all you Florida basketball fans, front of the Gators facing the Huskies are up 29-24, just over 3 minutes left in the first half of play. Back to Dave Neal and Andre Ware for the 4th quarter.
Can anybody beat Kentucky?
I don't think so. It's going to be a long haul. There's Jeff Driscoll. I said Brantley. I was telling the story about Brantley.
Yeah.
And his number and all that stuff. Let me get that situated. I just in the back of my mind to get that right. Sorry. Move on now. I hate when you go to commercial after you do something like that because you can't get it back.
Leave it out there for a little while.
Fair catch called for. Hardy wanted to run with it, but he had already signaled fair catch. But again, Andre, I mean, here's the story. This East Carolina defense has given this offense outstanding field position the last 3 possessions, but they can't do anything with it.
Well, there have been 5 straight combined 3 and outs in terms of possessions by both teams. So both squads actually playing some pretty good defense.
So here comes the Pirate offense. Shane Carden, by the way, 26 of 49, 305, a couple of touchdowns. And in the 4th quarter, nobody has been better at outscoring their opposition than the team wearing the white today. East Carolina plus 88. That is tops in the country. And they're going to need to do that today. They are down 11 here.
Get the right personnel on the field here.
Little play fake. Carden off to the far side, and Cam Worthy with another catch. And for Cam, that is his 7th grab of the year. That'll pick up 16 yards.
Oh, is he a good-looking player or what? 6'3", 220. Does a nice job working back to the football for Shane Carden. Things broke down. Dylan Carden had, with the pressure, worked his way back down the sideline and provided an avenue for his quarterback.
1st down and 10. They'll hand it off. Big hole off the right side. There goes the true freshman Anthony Scott, the freshman out of Virginia Beach. Picks up 11 more yards.
Well, they describe him as a home run hitter, not afraid to give him the ball between the tackles, and he's had some electric runs throughout this ball game.
Empty set now on a fresh set of downs from the 34-yard line. They'll come near side with it. Jimmy Williams. Jimmy Williams down to the 23. That's 11 more yards.
Nice job of blocking on the outside. Isaiah Jones, Taylor Hudson getting down the field. Big Trey Robertson at right tackle. This is when you need to cash in, make it a ball game.
Hairston cuts it back and tripped up at the 16-yard line, and he is slow to get up.
Yeah,
Jabari Gorman came in.
He got hit, went airborne, and landed right on the back of his helmet. Watch as he turns the corner. Will engage, gets tripped up. Bullard hits him, and he comes right down on that helmet. Right on his side of the back portion of it, near the side of it.
Boy, you have John Bullard at 275 pounds. We'll check on the status of Chris Hairston when we come back.
Second down and 3.
There's Chris Hairston, helped off the field. Obviously checking with him on some concussion tests. We'll try to get an update, but it was pretty obvious what occurred to the junior running back. It is now second down and 3. They'll sweep it and the throw back. It was there, but Jones couldn't get it to Carden.
And he rushed it. And it was there. All he had to do was put a little bit of air under the football. I thought maybe he thought he was rushed to throw it, but no pressure on him. And just lob it to the outside shoulder over. Make sure you get enough air under it over Dante Fowler, and he walks into the end zone. Excellent play call by Lincoln Riley. It was there.
So now it's third down. Carden coming near side. He will tuck it and get walloped right at the 11-yard line, but he picks up the first down. Brian Poole with the hit.
Get low.
Listen to this.
You can't take that. You can't take that lick, man. You got to get down. You got to go head first, get low. Now, I understand you're trying to pick up the first down and keep the chain moving.
First down and 10. Carden looking right, now going left. He's flushed out of the pocket. Throws back out of the end zone.
He took a big shot, Dave, from Michael Taylor.
Boy, all the Florida coaches are erupting on that sideline. They must have seen a hold or something at the line of scrimmage because every coach over there was going crazy.
Against Ike Harris was holding. He's the guilty party and got away with one.
On second down from the 11. Anthony Scott cuts it back, and he is tripped up down around the 8. Well, here's what the coaches were looking at.
Yeah, watch Ike Harris working against McAllister, Alex McAllister, right there.
Oh, man.
That's what they wanted.
Goodness gracious.
Then McAllister's hands are flailing, trying to get the officials to throw the flag. Jay Durkin came running down the sideline.
Well, here's a 3rd and 6. Approaching 12 minutes to go. Carden dumps it off to Hardy, bobbled it and dropped it.
Boy, you don't see this much. Right there, thrown a little bit behind him, and he took his eyes off of it just a second. And that allowed Hargraves to get in there, but if he doesn't peek, he makes that catch. And then it's a move to try to get by Hargraves and then into the end zone. But he doesn't drop many.
Well, he doesn't. If you catch 385 in your career.
You haven't dropped very many passes.
Here's a 24-yard field goal. Warren Harvey hit from 24 back in the third quarter. Trying to make this an 8-point game. The kick is on the way. It's good. East Carolina has gotten this down to a one-possession game. 11:55 to go.
The 2015 Birmingham Bowl is brought to you by the Quicksilver Card from Capital One. Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back every purchase, every day.
A little bit of the pep rally from last night. East Carolina and Florida in the Birmingham Bowl. Dave Neal, Andre Ware, Laura Rutledge down on the sidelines. 28-20. Florida out in front. Getting late. Fourth quarter football. Tell you what, this Florida offense had that 86-yard touchdown catch a little while ago by Ahmad Fullwood. Since then, on their last 4 possessions, they've had a fumble and 3 3-and-outs.
We got a long way to go. 11:55 and a bunch of timeouts.
Chris Thompson from deep in the end zone. The speedster tripped up at the 25-yard line. Well, Marcus Mariota and the Ducks look to secure their first national title against Urban Meyer's Buckeyes, eager to cap off their dream season. The national championship presented by AT&T. It's Oregon, Ohio State, January 12th at 8:30 Eastern Time on ESPN. Now, the last time a team won a national championship for the first time ever was back in 1996. The team to do it, the Florida Gators. There's a guy right here who's was impressive against Alabama, huh?
Late in the season, he has been special. 8.3 yards per carry.
And Marcus Robinson pick up about 4 yards. Allen drags him down. Robinson now hobbling off. It's a mash unit over there for Florida today.
No doubt about it.
Goodness. We saw Treon Harris, starting quarterback, limp off the field a few possessions ago, and thus we have seen Jeff Driscoll. He will sling it out to the far side, right through the hands of Quentin Dunbar. Let's get an update on Treon. Let's go downstairs to Laura.
Well, Dave, Treon Harris was dealing with a left knee injury on the outside of his left knee. That seemed to be okay for him, but really what was bothering him was his right elbow. He would say after he released the ball when he was throwing some passes on the sideline that he was feeling like a hammer was hitting into that elbow. And Andre, even if it's a small bruise or something like that, it still can affect you in your throwing motion.
Well,
that's what Treon Harris is dealing with right now.
No doubt about it. Every time you throw it, you feel pain. You're not going to be accurate with the football.
Adam Lane drops it. Boy, Gators, a couple of easy catches, just couldn't hold on. Nothing Driscoll did there. Receivers just not helping him out any. And that'll force a 4th and 6. And again, that is 4 straight 3-and-outs now by this Gator offense.
And a guy that can break the game open, back deep to return the punt.
Kyle Christie to punt it away. Justin Hardy. Returnable kick. It's a good one, driving Hardy back to the 17. Justin gets a big block, and then he is walloped at the 22. Boy, there's some collisions going on. Alex Anzalone, the special teams star, with a big hit, a 53-yard punt. Watch the hit from Anzalone on the All-American Hardy. Oh, you can't come to Birmingham or Tuscaloosa and not get yourself a little dreamland, as they provided the catering to the football teams here this week. That's some good-looking stuff right there now.
This might be my first trip to Birmingham. I didn't go to Dreamland. I'm regretting it looking at that.
Card, boy, he's got all day to throw. Nobody's open. Still dancing around, and that'll end that. That dance came to a close when Dante Fowler picked up his second sack. A loss of 6.
I like the little sack dance at the end of it. Boy, you talk about a football playing Johnny. Dante Fowler can play. Just never gives up on the play. You think you got all day to throw it, then he's going to free himself up right there, working against Trey Robertson. Second sack of the ball game. There he is dancing. Think he's having some fun? He's going to go out with a bang.
Coming near side, and boy, Hargraves broke on that ball. Their intended target was Grayson.
He looked back inside at Carter and said, I'm this close. 2 fingers real close together of taking that one to the house. Boy, did he break on the ball or what? Nice coverage on the comeback route.
Boy, now it's 3rd down and 16. 10-12 to play. This is the 87th play of the game on offense for East Carolina. Fowler up the middle. Lofted up. Incomplete. Looking for Scott out of the backfield. And now it's 4th and 16. And here comes that East Carolina punting unit.
Well, Fowler just got free. They put him in the middle of the formation. And he's right in the middle. And watch him come free. Gives an outside move. And that forces Carden to get rid of the football quickly. Boy, did he have an effect on this set of downs. 2 sacks already, 4 pressures, 4 tackles, and 2 of them have been behind the line of scrimmage.
Worth Gregory's punt.
Nice.
Good kick taken by DeMarcus Robinson. Spins out of 1 tackle. Makes another man miss. And that'll do it out to the 35-yard line. A 51-yard punt. Capital One Bowl mania continues Sunday as Toledo takes on Arkansas State in the GoDaddy Bowl at 9 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. As that'll wrap up the bowl schedule. Of course, the national championship game to follow. GoDaddy Bowl, Toledo and Arkansas State. That'll be tomorrow night right here on ESPN.
Rockets have had a nice season. Rockets of Toledo. A good ball game.
Well, there's the situation for Florida since Treon Harris left. A fumble and 4 punts, all on 3 and outs. Driscoll dumps it off underneath. They get it to Powell, and he has hit it to 39. And boy, there is a slow Terrell Richardson to get up. He is just boy, he fell to the ground immediately on contact. You could hear the collision. As the staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Back to Birmingham in a moment. Boy, just a massive collision. And Terrell Richardson.
Good to see him get up and walk off. And Ruffin McNeil told us about creating a family environment within this program. And I'll tell you who's taking it tough was Zeke Biggert. Really good friends with Terrell Richardson, and boy, got very, very emotional after the injury to Richardson.
Second down. Driscoll to throw again. Pass is caught. Only a gain of a couple. Went to Robinson on the far side. That's a gain of 4. Allen on the coverage, and now it's 3rd down and a couple for Florida.
I'm betting a run's coming here just to try to make sure you break this string of 3 and outs. 3rd and 3. Mac Brown in. So now shuttling in some Detroit Pittman, another wide receiver. So changing the personnel. We throw it here, Dave.
Shotgun formation. Jeff Driscoll. will throw the slant. Pass caught. First down, Florida. Went to Robinson, a gain of 5. Let's go downstairs for an injury update with Laura.
Well, Dave, Terrell Richardson here on the sideline, and when he came over to the bench, Coach Ruff walked over to the edge of where the stands are and saw Terrell Richardson's dad standing there, and he said he let him know that Terrell was going to be okay. He said he felt he owed that to Terrell Richardson's dad because he also played at East Carolina.
What a classy move by the head coach, Ruffin McNeil.
Here's Mac Brown, gets a couple of yards. Overton on the tackle.
Just classy, because you know the first thing that happens when an injury happens to a player, the parents are worried sick, and he just walked over, took some time to assure the young man's father that he was going to be all right. I'll tell you what, Texas Tech made a bad call when not hiring Ruffin McNeil years ago.
A win for East Carolina.
Yeah, and a win for East Carolina. 2 coaches later, he wanted to be there.
But he came home to where he played and has done a nice job. Here's Driscoll. Driscoll is chased down and falls forward. Picks up a couple of yards. Alley with the tackle for East Carolina.
And usually a special teams player walk on to this program. A lot of walk-ons at East Carolina that see the field.
And another injured player. This one is DJ Humphreys, the left tackle. A junior who brings the energy up front for that group.
Say he practices the exact way he plays every week.
He will jog it off. Well, I don't know that I've done a game, at least this year.
Many injuries?
It has been crazy. Don't tell me these guys aren't playing hard.
Another third down situation here for Florida and Jeff Driscoll.
Gators 6 out of 14 on third downs. This is a 3rd and 8. 7:25 clock moving here in the 4th quarter. Driscoll over the middle. Pass caught. He goes right back to Robinson, who sat down and made a big target at the 41. First down.
Boy, he is going to be a star. Just a tremendous athlete, great size and range. Talking with Coach McElwain, going to work on his route running, and you learn to really separate with the type of speed that he has. That's an All-American type. You got All-American type talent, Dave.
6 catches, 36 yards. Driscoll going up top. Little collision at the 10-yard line. Fullwood was the intended receiver. Covered by Dietrich Allen.
Well, I thought he had Robinson again. Forced the football here. Much along the sideline. You don't really see it here. But Robinson's sitting out along the sideline. Everybody turns and runs with Fullwood. And Robinson's sitting there wide open in the flat. Just take, especially on first down, just take the gimmies to move the chains.
2nd down and 10. A little bit of pressure from East Carolina. Chris Thompson makes the catch. Lost the football. East Carolina says they have it, and they do. That's the break the Pirates were looking for.
Fought and scratched and popped it out of there was Josh Hawkins, the team's best cover corner, who can play both sides of the formation. A lot of corners will play either the boundary, but he plays both sides and just fighting. That ball is certainly out. You can take a look at that one all afternoon long. That's going to be Pirates football.
Hawkins forced the football free from Thompson. Presley came in to recover it for East Carolina.
Yeah, the knee was actually on Josh Hawkins, and he's still raking in order to get it out of there. What would I call right here, Dave? Big turn, big momentum swing. He just caused the turnover. Great field position. Why not?
Instead, they'll come near side. Jimmy Williams needing some blocks. Turns the corner. He's bumped out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
Set that play up. They've run it a few times. Be a pump and go down the sideline for the receiver that actually throws a block here. And in this case, it's Isaiah Jones. Gets a nice block on the outside for Jimmy Williams. Here it is. It could happen right here where you fake it and you get Hardy up the sideline.
Hargraves matches up with Hardy. Carden trying to get out of trouble. Throws it out of bounds. Boy, this Florida defense has now been on the field. This will be the 90th offensive play for East Carolina coming up.
He's holding it a little bit too long for my liking.
Carden is 29 out of 57, 345 yards, a couple of touchdowns, and of course that pick six. That's really the difference in this game right now.
Yeah, and I'd like a run on his early downs for East Carolina. Still a lot of time in this football game. We score and go for two to tie it up, but Florida just teeing off in pass rush right now. Well, we got a big uncovered
play clock at 2 and 1. That might be a delayed game.
Yep. Bryce Williams wide open. That's a free 5 yards right there. You know.
Offense, number 5. 5-yard penalty. Take it out.
You know Dante Fowler, the defensive end of that side, is not going to drop in coverage. So that's better than any run that you could design. And you see Ruffin McNeil trying to get a timeout. You got to get down there, Coach, right in one of those officials' face. Get right in his face.
Second down and 15. Carden has a man at the 28-yard line. It's Grayson. First down, East Carolina. A pickup of 30 yards.
Came in with 23 receptions. Been a little quiet in this game, but watch Grayson right down the seam. He gets inside, then back outside, away from the safety. What a nice throw and catch from Carden to Grayson.
There's a flag down.
Ball start. Offense. Number 65. 5-yard penalty. First down.
JT Boyd. It's the grinder on that offensive line. Number 65.
Well, Carden with a record here for the Birmingham Bowl. 375 yards passing. Carden. He'll be dropped.
Guess who?
Dante Fowler Jr. His third sack today, and this young man going out in style. Loss of 8.
He just can't. Right there, fakes inside. Now he's one-on-one. Once Trey Robertson, or excuse me, Ike Harris sets, he just sets a little bit too far back, and it gave Fowler a beeline right to Shane Carden. Got a little bit too deep in his pass set. Fowler does a nice job of letting everything take place and then delayed in his pass rush.
They'll hand it off in a big collision at the line of scrimmage. Ooh. Gain of 2, but some pads are popping as Hairston took the handoff. John Bullard looked like number 90 came in there and made the initial hit.
Yeah, Bullard has played a nice ball game himself. Started outside at end for Brian Cox, and then they moved Fowler down at times. McAllister's allowed him to move back inside the defensive tackle.
Carden over the middle looking for Hardy. Incomplete.
We got two pretty good defenders shadowing Hardy. Brian Poole and Marcus May over the top, the safety in the corner, respectively.
Boy, that sack. A big blow for East Carolina.
Yeah.
Now they're going to have to bring out the punt team. They had it down at the 27-yard line. The line of scrimmage now is back at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, they were in field goal range at least, where you put 3 on it, and then you get a stop, and you're driving to win the ball game at the end. But now you got to punt the football away.
Gregory aiming for the corner. Let's see where they end up spotting this football. Boy, out at the 18-yard line is where Florida will have it. All right, 4:21 to go in this one. Let's get an update in the studio and join Adnan Verk.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. Coming up next, it is the Carolina Panthers and Cam Newton trying to win a home playoff game and try to do what he could do last year. They're facing the Arizona Cardinals. NFL Countdown is coming up next. The actual game, 4:35 Eastern kickoff. Dave, back to you.
Thanks, Adnan. Coming down the stretch here. A little over 4 minutes to go. Treon Harris, the starting quarterback, injured with an awkward tackle here in the second half, and they have turned to the junior Jeff Driscoll, who has made some nice throws today. Demarcus Robinson.
You got to be aware, youngster, where you are on the field.
Was he out of bounds?
I thought he was out, or he ran a hitch route out of bounds. They're ruling him out. One official saying maybe he had 1 foot in. Yep, left foot's in bounds right there. And maybe take a look at that one.
And looked like he had that right foot
I'm
in
thinking
bounds.
the right foot is completely inbounds.
Here's the handoff going to Adam Lane. Lane driving to the 25-yard line. Zeke Bigger now with 8 tackles for East Carolina. Pirates do have all 3 of their timeouts remaining as we go under 4 minutes to play in this one. East Carolina comes in 8-4, trying to rebound from that devastating loss on a Hail Mary pass to Central Florida to end their regular season.
Once again, Jeff Driscoll finding himself in 3rd down. Got to move the chains to close this out.
Florida wants a timeout, I believe, on the far side, and they will. Let's see if they did take the timeout. DJ Durkin, the interim head coach, looks like he did call the timeout.
30-second timeout.
Well, let's go back. And East Carolina fans, you might want to turn your head, but the rest of the country might not have seen this. This is how the season ended for East Carolina.
Holman has time to unload it. He fires it high, he fires it deep. Harriman's out there, and he caught it for the touchdown! He caught it for the touchdown! UCF wins it!
A crazy game.
Tough way to lose there.
51-yard Hail Mary. I mean, that's just it's hard to shake those off. And Ruffin McNeil told us this week as we were getting ready for the game that he was curious to see how his team would handle that. And it looks like they came out here ready to play. There is no doubt.
It had to wait a while to shake it off. A couple of weeks.
Clay Burton goes in motion on 3rd down after the timeout. Quick hitter over the middle, batted in the air. It was actually kicked in the air. Quentin Dunbar was the intended receiver, and now it's 4th down, and Florida will have to punt it away.
Yeah, nice coverage by Dietrich Allen, the 2-year starter at corner. Nice break on the football from Quentin Dunbar. He's kind of the leader of that young receiving core that is there in Florida. An opportunity to make a play, move the chains, and Allen wins that one-on-one contest.
Kyle Christie averaging almost 45 yards a punt this year. The senior. Good clean snap. Low line drive kick. Hardy fields it. And Justin Hardy will fall forward to the 42-yard line. And again, a relatively short field for East Carolina. They are down 8, all 3 timeouts remaining, and we have 3:28 on the clock. Well, one of the stars for Florida today has been this man, Dante Fowler Jr., in his final game in a Gator uniform.
Yeah, his motor is just on fire today, making play after play, chasing Shane Carton down. And hey, well, here's the 3rd one. Making a case for player of the game is Dante Fowler. 5 tackles, 2 of those for a loss. 3 sacks, and he's pressured Shane Carden on four other occasions.
Number 6 lining up, ready to go. Carden, though, comes near side. Hardy with the catch. They'll spot it at the 46-yard line.
Doesn't Hardy just look smooth?
I mean, he just snatches it out of the air. I mean,
makes it look easy.
And for Hardy, that is his 10th reception now. For 136 yards. 19 times he has been the target of Shane Carden. Another quick slant on the other side. That's inside Gator territory, but shy of the first down by a couple of yards. Cam Worthy with the catch there. Worthy with 8 grabs, 130 yards today.
They test that water again. He's had some success working against Tabor.
And we dip under 3 minutes.
Had a few too many on the field now. We finally got things sorted out.
Handed off right side. They needed a couple run plays in that sequence to loosen that defense up. But Florida, Gerald Willis. There you go. Amari Cooper had 9 catches in that semifinal game against Ohio State to take him to 124. Hardy chasing him down for top honors in the FBS this year. Here's Hardy. Makes a man miss, stays on his feet. Look at him go. Hardy down to the 23-yard line. Bottled up and still found a way to pick up the first down.
Yeah. And what I like most about it, protect the football. Got it high and tight. Felt Marcus May coming behind him and got the ball high and tight to his body where May couldn't make a play and batted out of there from behind. Oh, what a special player.
11 catches now, 160 yards.
Well, keep an eye on this matchup up top.
Carden now at 409 through the air. He'll loft it up to the end zone. Batted away at the last moment. Knocked out of there by Jalen Tabor.
Had success with that matchup. Worthy working on Tabor, the true freshman. Worthy at 6'3", going to just throw him a jump ball. Nice job there of competing as well by the true freshman Jalen Tabor.
Second down and 10. Ball sits at the 23. Clock's at 1:52. There's Isaiah Jones. Spins to the 15 and lost it. Still loose. East Carolina has it inside the 5-yard line.
Wow.
Jimmy Williams, the man of the moment for East Carolina.
Uncovered in the slot was Isaiah Jones. They're going to go man-to-man, but the coverage was so far off. He just ran a little stop route, and Carden able to give it to him, but you got to hold on to the football. Well, they dodged one there.
It is first and goal. The clock is moving at 1:37. Empty set for the Pirates.
Watch Worthy up top. That's why Poole coming over to help out the young freshman.
Timeout by Florida.
They're right in coverage. Morrison in the middle. Excuse me, Taylor. And he's uncovered. Isaiah Jones is uncovered. They just run a little stop route and give it to him. The ball comes out. I tell you what, Jimmy Williams just saved the day.
Watch Joey Ivey, 91. He tries to get the fumble here, Andre, and it goes off his knee.
Yep.
And it settles inside the 5-yard line. Oh, and then Hargraves ran right into it.
Williams could have actually scooped and scored. He was actually, the official actually had whoever was closing defended or blocked out.
Well, following the game, tune in to the ESPN3 post-game trophy ceremony presented by Capital One. First and goal. 90 seconds to play. East Carolina has all 3 of their timeouts left. Florida with 1.
Same formation that they broke the huddle with last time. There it is.
Batted down at the line of scrimmage.
think he may have gotten off Cam Worthy a little too fast, and Worthy's giving him a look like, what are you doing? Don't come off me as quickly. Watch here. You want to go to the corner with him and just throw him a jump ball.
Was that Fowler?
Yeah, he's trying to get inside.
Well, it was Bullard who got the big paw, knocked it down. Second and goal. Looking for Hardy, picked off by Hargreaves. Vernon Hargreaves, the sophomore.
That's just wanting to make a play. Hargreaves is in man-to-man. It's a matchup we talked about all game long. Hardy versus Hargreaves, and you poke that bear a little bit too much. He'll wake up, and Hargreaves did right here when the game pretty much could have been tied up had they gone for two and gotten the two-point conversion.
6th career interception for Vernon Hargreaves, his 3rd this season, and Carden just underthrew it. 3 timeouts left, though, for East Carolina. Driscoll in the shotgun. They'll run it with Adam Lane Jr., who has gotten a ton of work today. Picks up a couple. Lane has carried it 15 times, has over 100 yards. And revisit this, young man played sparingly, only 8 carries coming into this game, but because of some injuries, and of course Matt Jones not even playing today.
And I would throw in bowl practices, how the young man practiced during the couple of weeks leading into this bowl game. Well, they got him a couple of opportunities, and then when he got in there and made some plays early, DJ Durkin was like, hey, we may be on to something. Let him carry the football a little bit more.
This Florida defense has given up a ton of passing yards, 427 today. But you know, and they've been on the field for 101 snaps. They bent, but they didn't break.
Well, how good is Vernon Hargreaves? Ugh.
You know, there's the term lockdown corner.
He defines it. There's a picture right next to it in the dictionary, right there. Vernon Hargreaves, good football player. What makes him so special is he studies the game.
Here's Lane. He's to the 27. That'll bring up a 3rd down and a couple of yards.
Yeah, all the coaches always talk about just how much time Hargreaves spends in the film room, studying film, working to get an edge on the receiver that he's going to play that week. I mean, you take talent and then you expand on it. That's what makes guys special. Intense.
There's a young man right there. You know, you 2 guys that have already declared, Dante Fowler Jr. and Matt Jones. Matt Jones didn't play today. I'm sure there's some reasons behind that. But you know who did play today? And he was already a first-round pick, Dante Fowler Jr., and helped himself out. But here's another guy that, who would have ever thought that Adam Lane Jr. would have had the impact that he has had today here in the Birmingham Bowl. 3rd down. One more timeout for East Carolina. Driscoll keeps it on a fake. Needs to get over the 30, and he does. 1st down, Florida, and you can put this one in the books. And how fitting that number 6, who may be playing his final game in a Gator jersey, closes it out.
Yeah, everybody's thinking Adam Lane, but you forget how good a runner Jeff Driscoll is. Nice fake inside. The head movement as well, allowed just for one false step by Joe Alley on the outside, and that gave Driscoll the room needed to pick up the 1st down.
This was Jeff Driscoll's team, and it just didn't go his way in 2014, and Florida had to make a change. They went with the true freshman Harris, and you said it earlier, there has not been a finer teammate for a guy who's been demoted. Well, that's number 6 on offense, but how about number 6 on defense? We're going to call Dante Fowler Jr. our Capital One player of the game. You want to talk about a disruptive force today? That young man provided it for this Gator defense. He was all over Shane Carden. It's his kind of game. I mean, Carden threw it 66 times.
Yeah.
And you know Fowler's licking his chops every time.
A game in which he just gets the tee off and come after the quarterback. Once they shut down the run of East Carolina, they just allowed both he and the youngster and Alex McAllister, who played a pretty good game himself, to really get after Shane Carden.
I'll say this for East Carolina. This is a team that Ruffin McNeil has built. 10 wins a year ago. Could have gotten there this year.
This program's not going anywhere. They're going to be around for a while.
And they get this Florida Gator team on September 12th next year down in the Swamp. But for DJ Durkin, Kurt Roper, the rest of this staff, hats off. A very difficult situation, and they were able to keep this team together. And you see a lot of happy faces over there because 2 quality men in DJ Durkin and Kurt Roper that led their respective sides of the football today, and they pick up the win here in the Birmingham Bowl. Our final score from Legion Field. Florida wins it 28-20 over East Carolina. Coming up next, it's the postseason NFL countdown. So for Andre Ware, Laura Rutledge, and the rest of our crew, I'm Dave Neal saying so long from Birmingham, Alabama.